What is going on, guys? We are back for another DSP video, and today we're talking about DSP's disaster tech streams. We are looking at him modding Dark Souls, Iron Chef Sakai spending up to 2K on Phil since he came back, and much more. But first, we get an official response from Mr. Medicare about DSP inviting him on his podcast.
It's your fault DSP is destitute? Apologize. Is he now? Is he destitute because of me? You know, I heard that he was going to do a stream and he invited me onto it? Oh, darn. I guess I missed that, huh? Whoops. Whoopsie. Oh, darn. Oh, golly gee, gosh darn. I guess I missed it. Is he destitute now because of that? Oopsie-doo. Something about he was upset. The documentary you watched didn't have enough of him in it, even though it wasn't about him. I don't know.
And then Meerkat showed this off, how the Kiwi farms are giving away Lifetime Achievement Awards. And look at that, Chris Chan, Ethan Ralph, and look who's right in the middle, the biggest cow of all, next to Chris Chan, Darkside Phil. Congratulations, Phil. This is something you actually deserve. Then DSP lying about these smallest little details. From that being said, last year Philip released a short of the "Why Am I Toxic" moment from a Dark Souls run. The description says it was from the very first run in 2011. That is not true, as he didn't even have face cam for the 2011 run. It was from his 2017 run, 6 years later. And then we see classic DSP memes, "Why Am I Toxic?" I played Dark Souls many times over the years, and this clip is from my very first run in 2011. Now keep in mind, the background is from his house in Washington.
Why am I poisoned? Why am I toxic? What? You gotta be kidding me. I'm done. This is fucking bullshit. Toxic again.
Then I found this funny, since DSP is gonna review Raw again on Netflix. We have Big Bronson Reed. 2023, I was edging. 2024, I was stroking. 2025, I'm busting on y'all. Now, what could a DSP detractor do with this? What is the most logical thing that comes to mind? And we have Joe with, every Monday is going to be May 1st when Bronson gets back. And we see Phil jerking off on stream. Then we have Nerd Brew. One does not simply walk into Mordor. Then we see DSP. Now guys, if you can tell me how to get into Mordor, you can through super chats and tips. Then we have Titanium, a mandatory read-in for both fans of DSP. Then it shows a picture of not a grower, not a shower, a guide to life with a micro penis. Then Nerdbrew points out that Kinda Sav's dog, Freddy, looks like Phil. And then Nerdbrew took it a step further and replaced Phil's face with Freddy's face. Then we have Jean, the visual tips, and shows Resident Evil 4 Remake, and you have on the screen, big yellow symbol that says climb the ladder. Hint, you can climb ladders by pressing E. You got at the very top, the GPS with the same yellow symbol. You have yellow paint on the ladder, a yellow dot below the ladder, the big yellow symbol on the ladder, and the exit sign at the very top. There's red paint that says climb to hell. There's a map on the side, there's an arrow, there's also a skeleton pointing to the ladder. And I simply put, DSP was the case study for this. Then we have this from Fraudy, who shows off new merch, rules for thee, but not for me. Then it shows DSP with his floaty hand. And he missed an opportunity here. Rules for thee, but not for re. Then I absolutely love these videos, because they're amazing and hilarious. So let's take a look at some of these absolutely very real videos from mouth drooling detractors.
Damn, she don't sit there and look at me and wave at me. Motherfucker, hoe acknowledge me.
And then RTU, again, his obsession with Phil is going to weird and dangerous places. He is now saying if he gets a certain amount of members, he's going to tattoo Phil's face on his ass cheek. And also, as Richard Brunel is uninvited from Christmas points out, he increased his membership goal from 1,200 members to 2,000 members in the same stream.
I'm getting Phil's face tattooed on my ass. This would end up being Phil. Obviously, I wouldn't have all this shit around. I would have the tattoo designer, who I'm going to pick out very carefully. This will be Phil. We hit 1,200 members in January. There it is. That will be Phil. Somehow I'll make that me, maybe. Or maybe I'll just keep it Simon Belmont. And I'll make it so Phil's face is more pronounced. Count Fapula. Or make it 1,200 for intro, but if I hit 2,000, we get Phil. Yeah, it's a big thing, so it's a tall order. Yeah, I think I'll do 2,000. Good job. Good call.
Fuck you. I hate you.
Especially if I get the Castlevania, but with Phil's face. The fat face. That's going to be a lot of artwork on the ass.
YouTube changed the fucking criteria and now made it, I'm not kidding, I need more memberships to get a new emote slot. It was always 50. Now they upped it. I have to hit 600 to get a new emote slot. What bullshit is that? Why are they exponentially increasing the amount of memberships needed? That's stupid. And I didn't know that. So I feel stupid because here I am telling you guys we're going to have a new emote at 550 and they changed it. So we can't get a new emote till we hit 600.
But
I'm getting a tattoo of my best friend's face on my left ass cheek for my audience.
I have a tattoo of Kojima on my right ass cheek. Yes.
Then this is a throwback for anyone who's new to DSPverse. We have Otter, November 3rd, 2015. DSP complains about streamers who stop gameplay to beg for money or do shoutouts for donations. It destroys the purity of the game. He's definitely changed since then.
And if all media, oh, Phil made this video to beg for money and blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. Because people love to twist my words into shit. Never did I ever say that people shouldn't be able to use Patreon or take donations or use crowdfunding. The only criticism I've ever given to people doing stuff like that is when they're in the middle of a game and they stop what they're doing to ask for a donation or acknowledge a donation, or they basically, they corrupt the pureness of the gaming. And the gaming is secondhand sidetracked for someone to send the money to get attention.
We have this in the pre-stream chat. DSP. Okay, so we're gonna get started, but we have to mess with the mic today, LOL. It sounds totally different and likely needs tweaking, so I'll need lots of input. Then it was announced by DSP that Patreon React videos are no more. He's gonna end it because no one's really asking him. It's just Slayer. And then goes on to say that Slayer every month is buying 4 slots at $50 each, remember, too. And Poems Josh, that's $200 he was guaranteed a month gone from him. If you remember last week, Slayer accidentally gave DSP too many gifted subs on Kick, that is, and told Phil to just roll it to his private reacts. Can you recognize the idea that put in Phil's head? Hint, $200 to daily stream goals. Next up we have Dumpy Koala. DSPGAMING Mike is progressively getting worse the more money he spends.
Yes, I know. Today, I have the new mic working fully with a new connection style, which means more bass, but also it needs tweaking. I've got a new boom mic arm en route that will be arriving live during today's show. We've got so much to talk about, including today's DSP Tries It of Taco Bell Chicken Nuggets, and we have to figure out what's the next DSP Tries It. What a day. This is going to be interesting. All right, folks. All this and more on today's technical issues filled, what a surprise, episode of the Level 1 podcast.
Then DSP's going to talk about his day off. He's going to talk about how he had to do errands and this and that. It's almost like, Phil, you had to be an adult, and adults do these things. But to you, it's end of the world. You should just be able to relax. Of course, Phil, all he wants to do is drink gin and play WWE Champions all day while he stuffs his face with food.
Yeah. Yesterday was my day off. What a day I had yesterday. Yesterday, like no exaggeration, I was literally the entire day doing work of some sort. Whether it was grocery shopping and running errands, whether it was being in this office, setting stuff up and tweaking stuff, whether it was building furniture in the house, cleaning. I'm not kidding you. I woke up at around, it was my day off, so I slept until like 10 a.m. because I finally get to sleep in one day, right? So I slept until like 10 a.m. And from the moment that I woke up, I was working until about 9 p.m. Like, it was like 11 straight hours of just work. And that's my day off. You know, now not every day off is like that, but it was just not good. It was so, my entire body right now is sore from head to toe because I was doing physical stuff almost the entirety of the day. And that's not what a day off should be. You know, next week, not this week, coming up, the week after, I'm hoping maybe I can take an extra day off to actually like do stuff that you should do on a day off, because it's wearing me out, man. You know, the thing is, it's all going to pay off because all this work I'm doing in here is so dramatically improving everything, right? Like, take a look even now, just before a couple weeks ago, with the visual quality, the audio quality, everything that we're setting up and improving and changing. Look at the lights behind me, how crazy good they look. But this is supposed to simulate, I think this is called something with fire. This is called. It's supposed to be like a roasting flame, like a fireplace behind me. So how cool is that lighting, right? And we never had anything like that. So all these things are changing and improving.
Then DSP's boom arm came in, and he had a great idea. Let's set this up on the pre-stream. Then, of course, people were asking him, oh, why don't you Google the manual? Why don't you watch YouTube? And he kept saying, no, I'm not going to do that. They should have included instructions. They're idiots. So what does he do without instructions? He decides to put it together himself. But he wants chat to tell him what to do and how to put it together. How could this ever go wrong? Then we have this one here. 42-year-old male Philip Burnell is dumbfounded by a crescent wrench and a pair of groove joint pliers.
Two more wrenches, but I don't know which one's good for this. This one, it seems like, I don't know how you would hold it in place, and there's no teeth. So I don't even know what this one's really for. I think this is for bolts, maybe. So I don't think that's going to work on a tube. This one is just a bigger version of this one. So...
Then DSP goes on to say that stereo is always better than mono and that XLR is outdated, and also says that stereo captures more of his inflection of his voice, which Dick Stroke and Phil Vlogs point blank says it doesn't, retard. Then we have this in chat from the Lucky Gremlin. We will get through this together. Sure, the mic will sound great. Then we have this from Shinko. DSP when he gets in touch with customer service rep. Then we see a screenshot from Metal Gear, and it says, now the arm is scratched from me using a wrench, all because you didn't send me the instructions. And they reply with, sir, those are pliers. Then Phil went on to say that his real voice has real bass. Then people kept saying, you should do this offline, just play a game, just start the game, let's just do this. And DSP kept saying, no, you don't know what you're talking about. I can't do this offline. Because it would be endless hours messing with settings. Of course, dude, no money coming in, dude. Then DSP goes on to say that book smart nerds fucked up his boom mic arm because he didn't have any instructions. Not only was DSP messing up the boom arm, support was low. And DSP thinks it's the fault of Shure because they messed it up, they didn't give him instructions, now he should bill them for his lost money.
$9 of contributions in the last 2.5 hours I've been streaming. Isn't that great? And this is what I'm fucking with today instead of playing games. So I guess I'm not making any money today either because of this garbage. So maybe I should send Shure a bill for the fact that I couldn't work today because their stuff was a bunch of junk. And they fucked me, but not putting any instructions in it.
And then we have this from Dumpy Koala. How to break a boom mic arm in under 10 minutes by DSP Gaming.
I'm trying to use a wrench. It just strips the piece. It's stripping the paint off the piece and not allowing me to turn the mic. So what am I supposed to do now? How exactly do I get the microphone to rotate back to me, and how do I get it to not be loose? Tape on the pliers. Okay, because I have lots of tape lying around that's like electrical grade, plumber's grade tape, right? This is what happens when there's no instructions. Someone who doesn't know what they're doing fucks everything up. Like, so now all I can do is, now this is loose. All I can do is use this loose. That's it, because I can never loosen the microphone from the extender arm. I just can't do it. It's stuck on there like that tight forever. I don't have painter's tape. I'm not going to run out and buy painter's tape to fucking do this. The product should just work. Maybe a paper towel. Maybe if I wrap it with a paper towel, I can get a paper towel. What a joke. Try paper towel. Oh.
Then DSP goes on to insult the manufacturers yet again, saying that they're incompetent. It's amazing how every time something goes wrong, it's always manufacturers, it's developers, and these are problems that only happens with DSP. I wonder what the common factor is in all of this.
They don't want to invest time into it. They just want to spend money and then use the product. Okay? There shouldn't have to be research. If you want, if it's complicated that you need some instructions, put them in the box. Make them easy to read. This is not rocket science. This is easy, just simple convenience. And these companies don't care about it. They're just incompetent at what they do. It's complete incompetence. Whoever made this mic arm is incompetent. It's got awful cable management with no explanation of how to use it. And it's got an arm you can over torque and now you're stuck. Well, why the fuck didn't you just tell me how to do it? Too hard to put a piece of paper in the box? Yeah, apparently so for these idiots. Well, I guess I'm gonna go grab some wrenches. I don't know what else to do. Should I get an actual towel? Like I can get a washcloth, I guess. That's the best I can do. I can't use a full body towel, maybe a washcloth to try to do this. This is so ludicrous. What a waste of time, right?
Then we have Otter. Grug breaks his new mic arm because he's too stupid to understand how threaded arms work, so instantly blames the manufacturer for his ineptitude. Well done, DSP.
Now I scraped it all up. Great. Now it looks terrible because I tried to use a wrench. It didn't even work. And now I scraped it all up. This is ridiculous. Hey, you ever heard of fucking instructions, you fucking nerds? Hey, nerds. Hey, book smart nerds. You ever heard of including fucking instructions with a product someone bought for $100? Little hard, isn't it? Too hard to do that in 2024. Instructions, right? Fucking every piece of technology I've messed with in the past 2 months, it's the same exact thing, right? No instructions, not easy to figure out. What is wrong with these fucking people?
And not only that, Phil had to do a guilt trip because money was low, and he talked about how hard his life in his gated community is.
Isn't this great, guys? This is my life. And this is me coming back from a day where I had no rest whatsoever. I literally did busy work, chores, and physical labor all day, and this is what I got to come back to. Isn't this great? I love it, man. What a great life.
Then we have a video here where Phil doesn't understand how to use a wrench.
Because right is where it's over torque, so I have to turn it left somehow and get it to unpop. But I don't know how. I've never used this before. I don't even know how the fuck to do this. So how do I even do this? Right? Like, I don't even know. Oh yeah, like I mean, definitely I can unscrew it from the arm and do it like that, like right. But then I have to unplug it. So hold on. It just sucks because obviously you guys want to hear me when I'm doing this, and I have to plug it in to do that. So to get it off, it has to be to the left because righty-tighty was the problem. It went too far right, and got stuck. So I have to take this and turn this to the left. There's no grip. I can't get it to grab because the washcloth doesn't give grip. It's just loose. There's no grip at all. Like it's not gripping. It's not gripping it. Doesn't work. I'm trying to convince myself I'm even turning it the right way. Turning it to the right is what got it stuck. So which way do I turn it? Am I turning it the right way? Yeah, so this is the extender shaft. Turning it right is what got it stuck, correct? So I have to turn it left because it would have screwed in this way. Or is it the other way around? Is this screwed to the right? Was this screwed to the right? This was screwed onto here. This was not screwed onto there. This was screwed onto here. So this over screwed that way to the right and got stuck. So this needs to go left. See, I'm confused. I'm confused.
But then a dragon appeared, Darziak, who puts this in chat. You were spinning your mic left when connecting it to the extender arm. Then we have King Sly. Phil has just figured out at 42 that turning things to the right tightens things. You can't make this up, he's actually retarded. Then we have this from JG Win. DSPs complain about setup instructions not being included, yet I saw a downloadable PDF file and video on Amazon listing for it. It's not like it's complicated anyway. You've got to be kidding me. And there we see product guides and documents, instructions for use, PDF, not of the DERICH kind. And look at that, A 1:09 video of how to assemble it. It took DSP over 4 hours to do his. Then also JG, also that $100 mic boom arm is available on a payment plan. That likely made it ideal for DSP. Then DSP was getting defensive. People kept saying you should do this offline, you don't have to do it now. And that was the theme throughout the whole stream, as people kept saying that. And we have System Crawl. Phil, your audience aren't telling you to set this stuff up off stream to filch you. They're telling you to set this stuff up off stream because you make yourself look like a fucking retard. They call me KFC because he's window licking good. Then DSP goes on to say that HVAC refers to vacuum cleaners.
Applies a filter to reduce HVAC noise. Now, when you say HVAC, that's supposed to be like air conditioning, vacuum cleaners, vacuum cleaners, vacuum cleaners. What? What the fuck?
Then we have Evil AJ. I wonder what Phil is up to. Oh, and then you see Phil with his head in his hands. Then look at that, $16. Amazing, robust content, dude. And guess what, guys? Because he's still messing around with the mic arm and the pre-stream's over, he now canceled Marvel Rivals, the entire gameplay stream, so he can continue to set up his boom arm. And if he gets done early, Q&A time. Then we have Trey here. By the way, the instructions are on the box. It's a QR sticker that takes you to the video. Bright orange sticker, for fuck's sakes. It's almost like yellow paint in video games. It's an orange sticker on the box. And look at that, duty. So I got around to it, and yep, as I thought, Phil is king retard, lord of all retards. Directly on the Amazon site, under product information, I honestly don't know how he doesn't accidentally forget to breathe. And you see the instructions of how to set it up. Then we have the official video has this comment. There's a grown man that's like 50 called DSP that can't put this together. He called the company names. I personally think his mic boom is amazing. Good job and great service. Then a reply to that, Grug no good with tech. Then also on this day, Jimmy Carter passed away. And just like the Kobe Bryant thing, Phil had to make it all about himself. Yeah, TJ Gamebox. Turn on the news, any channel. They hit the second tower. First Kobe dies, now my save file dies. Now it's Jimmy Carter dies, and my nuggies are forgotten. So what happened is he has a DSP tries it for the chicken nuggets and a bunch of Taco Bell stuff. He DoorDashed it, and they forgot to give him his nuggets. And DSP puts this out on Twitter. Remember, this is a 42-year-old man. Today has been a nightmare stream. Endless tech issues with my mic and new boom arm. And now, Taco Bell forgot my nuggets. For DSP tries it. I'm driving there in person to get them, so please tune in to make sure it's worth it. Be back soon. Now, keep in mind, he refused to drive to get the Krabby Patty. He refused to drive to get the Whoppers. But he'll drive to get those nuggets, dude. Then we have this here. Grown adult DSP complains that DoorDash didn't deliver his Taco Bell chicken nuggets.
Without any nuggets. Some kind of a weird error where on the ticket it says 10 food items, but then only lists 8, and the 2 that are missing are my nuggets and the dipping sauce. So I have a bunch of generic Taco Bell food and no nuggets to try for DSP Tries It. They didn't send them. So now I have to order again, and I have to pay for them again and pay for the delivery again and pay for all the fees again to get these fucking nuggets. So I'm going to pay $20 to get like a $5 pack of nuggets. DoorDash will not resend them. What they're going to do is just credit me. They're going to credit me for the missing item. They're not going to send it. So I still have to reorder it. Today is probably one of the worst days I've ever had on stream. Like, not only was I not able to make any content for you because of all these technical issues, now I can't even do DSP Tries It. Because Because basically it even says right on it, it says 10 food items, but only lists 8. And the 2 items missing are the nuggets and the dipping sauce. All the other items were delivered. But on the ticket, it doesn't say nuggets and dipping sauce. It's like it deleted, even though it's supposed to be there because it says 10 items. You can't contact Taco Bell through the delivery app because we didn't order through the delivery app. That's how it works. That any delivery app, like let's say this was DoorDash, okay? I could contact them right now and say, hey, my nuggets aren't there. And they'll say, oh, okay, we'll credit you for the nuggets. And then you get a credit on your account. That's it. You don't get the nuggets magically. I have to order them again. Exactly. By the time that my nuggets show up, the other food's going to be cold anyway. What's the point of calling the Taco Bell? They can't do anything. Don't you get it? I have 2 options. I can order nuggets right now through one of these services again, and literally end up paying like $20 because it's going to be like $5-6 for the nuggets. Plus I have to do a tip of like 5 or so. Plus there's going to be the fees and everything for the delivery. So it's going to be like 15 to $20 for a one thing of nuggets. Or I could drive over there myself and or get the nuggets, but that's going to take like another 20 plus minutes. You have to sit here for 20 minutes waiting for me. Either way, it's a loss. Look, I just did an entire stream of work. I'm stressed the fuck out. I'm already stressed out and sore and everything from yesterday where I didn't really get a day off. And I come back today and I raised $16 on a stream where I couldn't make any content for you after having dropped all this money on upgrading my setup. So there's just no solution. There's no actual legit solution to any of this. No matter what, I'm fucked.
Then Banana Jones shows this off, where DSP said it takes 20 minutes, but according to this, walk-in, it's 13 minutes. Another lie by DSP. Then this is how he shows off his Taco Bell wrap. Okay, so let's look at DSP doing a mature adult food review.
Crunchwrap Supreme. This is how you're supposed to eat it. Ready? Oh, it's cold as shit because it's old. I told you it was an hour old because they delivered all this first with no nuggets. Then I had to drive to get the nuggets. It's ice cold. Damn it. Oh. The first bite was all tortilla, the flat taco shell they put in there, and lettuce, and nothing else. I got some meat in this bite. Yes, I drove for DSP Tries It. All in all, I'm not even kidding you. I just spent over $50 at Taco Bell for this episode. So I hope you guys are liking it. Sincerely, I hope you are. Really, I hope you are. Really, I hope you are. Really, really. Really. I hope you guys...
DSP Tries It.
Hey, hold on. I should wash this down with some delicious Baja Blast. Okay, let's continue with the crunch wrap. Let's continue. I like Taco Bell.
Then DSP finally got his nuggets, and we get this disgusting still from it. Then we have Dragon. Cat wished that DSP looked at her the same way he looks at fast food. Then DSP titles his pre-stream, Nightmare, Mike setup disaster, nuggets are missing, WTF. 42 years old, by the way, just throwing that out there. Then DSP complained the sauce packets are too small, and the onions they use are dehydrated and not fresh. And yet again, DSP begging for support after spending $50 on Taco Bell, despite getting $1,500 the previous 2 weeks.
Except, you know, it didn't go very good. What an awful first half of my day, to be frank. Now, I'm happy I got this working, and hopefully the audio quality sounds good after all the testing we did. But I missed an entire gameplay session. You know, I got stressed the hell out. I just ate terrible food. I had to buy it twice. I'm not even kidding. I spent over $50 on that Taco Bell. And I made, okay, with that $6 tip, I made $22 today so far. And I've been streaming since 11. Well, I'm going to get out of here and upload. Likely all these videos will not upload in time for the late stream, but we'll try. Tonight, around 6:30 to 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, will be Microsoft Flight Simulator. I hope you'll join me for that. And please, by all means, if you can come by and hang out with me and please support the stream, I would really appreciate that. I was not planning on starting this week with an insanely awful day because of bad circumstances. So if you could come by tonight and support the late stream, I would really appreciate it. All right. And tomorrow will be Marvel Rivals, which was supposed to happen today. It'll be tomorrow night now. And tomorrow night will be Call of Duty. Okay? Okay. Everyone, thank you. I'll see you tonight. Yeah.
And look at this podcast audit. 52% mic issues / mic arm issues / RGB issues. Stuff I bought / new mic install. Off screen. Patreon canceled. Shoutouts. Begging. Schedule. Phil's day off. Intro and Q&A. What a great gaming podcast there, dude. Then of course, Iron Chef Sakai denting his way back into DSP's graces. As you're going to see this as a pattern, the day stream is dead. The night stream is absolutely whaled out. And 98% of it's going to come from Iron Chef. So we see a $100 super chat from Iron Chef Sakai, and Dragon says, give DSP some money and he'll forget that he told you to F yourself 2 weeks ago and start liking your donations. Then we have Potion. Phil showed his house on a flight simulator and got distracted by the malls and naming all the restaurants and shops that are around him. He named like 20 different restaurants and is still going. Then Phil says he's going to wear the aviators. However, you need to give him $150. And by the way, he says he could really use it because of the shitty day he's had so far. And we have new rules for Flight Simulator. DSP has changed flight sim rules. Minimum is $10 to fly to a place. If no support, DSP will shut down Flight Sim. Then we have this one here. DSP, the master of comedy.
What do I do? You blew it! You blew it! You blew it! You blew it!
Why did you ask me to try to land the plane? What did you think was going to happen? You people are insane. What is wrong with you?
And this is something DSP keeps doing every single stream. JG win. DSP said he's staying in menus until someone sends at least $10 for Paywall Simulator to go somewhere next. That's amazing. Yeah, he will start the stream and say, okay guys, we're not starting the stream yet until someone gives me $20. Someone starts supporting. We're not doing gameplay yet. Let's go. Give me money. Give me money. We're not doing this until you give me money. Then DSP got $321 that night, and $250 of that came from Iron Chef Sakai, which Otter thinks it's staged and failed miserably. Then on the daily wrap, DSP is spending more money, as he says he bought 2 stands on wheels, one for each PC, but then also said he bought a wireless air duster for his PCs. Still spending money. Tax time coming, dude. Then we have this. DSP, we have hit our goal. Also DSP, the night is young. We can hit another tip goal.
We have hit our goals. We're now at 31. So, here we go. Very nice. At least we got a good stream today when it comes to support. And that means, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to make it rain here in Seattle. You're on the... You know what? Hold on. In the spirit of what we're doing, forget Seattle. We're doing it in the mountains tonight. We're flying through the beautiful mountains. And we're making it rain. The coffers are filling with your coins raining down upon us. Thank you so much, everyone, for your support tonight. I appreciate that very, very much. And the good thing is the night is young. What I mean by that is the night is so young that we have time to fly many more places. And there's potential that just perhaps, all right, perhaps we can hit another goal tonight. We could double up and make up for today's earlier, very poor $20 showing on my first stream because of literal non-stop tech issues, right? That would be nice, but I guess we'll see.
So he berates everyone all day, yells at people, he's toxic when money is low. As soon as he gets money, he's happy again. And he put this out after his wailed out stream. Apologies to all for today. I went into it stressed and the entire first stream was a literal disaster. We get back on track now with awesome, fun gameplay all week. The new setup is finally complete after a month, and now is the time to reap the benefits. Marvel Rivals / Black Ops 6 hype. Then we get to Monday, where DSP is already angry and toxic in the chat. Van Diesel. DSP, I know you're hesitant about playing comp in Rivals, Marvel Rivals that is. I just want to tell you that the game is genuinely much better in comp. It's night and day difference. Then DSP responds, that's great, I'll play it once I'm ready and not a moment sooner. So stop pressuring me for literally no reason. Van Diesel, I'm not pressuring you, just want to let you know that the game is much better in comp. I'm sure DSP says that to Kat when she wants to do nightly stuff, if you know what I'm saying. And don't hold your breath, because he's gonna rage quit Marvel Rivals in this section. Then the baby got his chicken nuggies from Taco Bell, so the next thing, California burrito. Apparently it's opening up, it's like right across from the street from him, and he wants $1,200 to eat it. We have Otter, pretty much straight into begging for $1,200 to get Mexican food on Friday. Another cat idea. You know, for a person that's not part of your content, she's definitely influencing what the rewards are, dude. That she spent hours just looking at food on the internet. Then someone was telling me that California burrito, when they open up, is gonna be 50% off, but DSP wants $1,200 to do a DSP tries it. Of course, as you're gonna see later on in the week, it's probably gonna be sponsored by Iron Chef Sakai. And then what do you do right after talking about California burrito? Instantly followed by begging for 50 goals hit, additional $2,700, and 100 goals hit for additional $10,200. So DSP, it looks like he still has some private reacts to do for Patreon members, particularly one particular person, where DSP says he owes Slayer 2 hours worth of private reacts, and Otter points this out. Given it was $50 for a maximum of 20 minutes, that suggests he's been giving him $300 a month. Then slowly, all the tier rewards are coming back. DSP is just demanding money now, and maybe, just maybe, he will put on a hat.
Hermit Crispy says, I missed the hats. Well, you don't miss them so much, Kermit, because if you remember, people would have to contribute to get one. And currently we're at $10 to support, and no one else has supported the stream. So, you know, just saying, even if the hats were in play, we still wouldn't have one anyway. And you'd still be missing it. Maybe if you dropped the hundo, then you could pick a few characters from Marvel Rivals and, you know, we consider a hat.
Then the topic of his boom arm mic came in, and we have this super chat from the Roundtable Hold. Didn't you complain about the boom arm being in Review Weight USA's shot? Very unprofessional, Phil. Then DSP buying more useless junk. He now has a new wrist rest, and he said he bought the brand name one because the one he's using is bootleg. Then again, what would a DSP pre-stream be without him playing with RGB lights? We have a great quote from DSP. We have 0 contributions. Of course, DSP can't go a stream without talking about detractors, but he says he's done with detractors. He's done talking about them. He's done giving them attention as he talks about them and gives them attention.
How y'all doing? All right. Thank you, Tag, as well. 3 months as a member. He says, Phil screwed the detractor nerds, laughing out loud. Oh, I don't care about the detractors. That's the last thing on my mind, really. I don't give a shit about detractors. That's not even what I'm talking about. I'm well past it. No, really. I want you to understand. I am so far past anything they could say or do about me that I don't care. I just don't. They could sit there and say whatever they want. None of it is true. It's all nonsensical bullshit. They have no cases on anything anymore. Their days are done. They can still sit there and circle jerk each other around as much as they want. I'm far above them. I don't need to waste a single moment on those idiots. So, no worries. Okay? Exactly. The detractors are stuck endlessly in 2016. They will always think that it's 2016 and it's the May 1st burst, right? That's where they are. They're stuck endlessly in that loop of drama that doesn't exist anymore. So let them be stuck there. You know? Nobody gives it. No, in truth, no one gives a shit. Why do you think? Have you noticed a lot of the content creators that used to name drop me in a real negative way? That it's over. They don't do that anymore. They realize that I'm not the butt of the joke anymore. That meme of me being the whipping boy of the internet is old news. No one cares. The only people who bring it up are my detractors. That's it. It's just tired shit. No one cares. Okay. Cool. Schedule for this week.
Then DSP spending even more money. He bought another power adapter for behind him to have more stuff lighting up in his background. I guarantee you, this year or next year, there's going to be a fire hazard with all the electronics in there, everything plugged into the same thing. It's a good thing you ripped out the smoke detector, Phil. Smart idea from Big Brain Burnell. And then remember when DSP says, I'm not like all the other streamers. I don't play these viral games for a bit and then drop it and then move on to the next one. Well, DSP now wants to play viral games now. Because remember, Phil never changes. And that was the pre-stream for this day. Pretty boring pre-stream. The biggest chunk was Q&A at 29%. Then we had begging, daily rap recap / stressed, playing RGB / mic / mic arm, stuff I bought, shoutouts, schedule, trying to cancel Amazon order. He did that because he tried to put the wrong payment method in. Intro, and off screen. Then again, DSP starts up another stream, and he's refusing to start the gameplay until someone gives him $20 to pick a character in Marvel Rivals. Wasn't it funny? Because he was ranting about other streamers, being all about money, and refusing to do gameplay until they get paid. But here's DSP doing it. I'm surprised he doesn't do the LTG thing. Guys, $30, I'll turn on my webcam. Until then, you don't get it. Get that ass banned. Then someone points out something that's wrong on his stream, and DSP says, no one had a problem with it until now. I've been doing PC gaming for a week. What an entitled crybaby.
Okay. We did a little bit of messing around with the audio. Hopefully it still sounds good, guys. My bad if there's thumping sounds or whatever it is. I think it has something to do with my mic arm being attached to the table. There's nothing I can really do about that. But the thing is, no one had a problem until right now. And I've been doing PC gaming now for a week. So
now DSP will try to solve this the most DSP way. In the daily wrap, he's going to talk about something else he's going to buy to fix this problem. And now this is the first stream ever of DSP playing Marvel Rivals on keyboard and mouse. So let's see how it's going. Meow block. DSP is playing Marvel Rivals and complaining that he's not hitting anyone because the enemy team is moving. Yes, he's complaining that the people he's shooting at are moving. And then support was low. What a shock. We have this in chat. I was going to support, but I couldn't find my credit card. Then DSP decided to rage quit Marvel Rivals. It's done. Nobody wants to see it. It's gone. Poof in an instant. Then we have JG Win. Dear DSP, Marvel Rivals wouldn't be your lowest supported stream in 2024. That is something DSP claimed. That this Marvel Rivals, which got him like $30, was the lowest support stream of all year. You're just spewing hyperbole bullshit. You've had a few super slow streams worse than this earlier in the year. Also, that was a real mask off bit regarding sending Marvel Rivals to ban world if someone doesn't cough up cash in the next 40 minutes. I'm sure Iron Chef Sakai will be around tonight to help him get to $300 again, right? Again, watch for the patterns. Maybe that will help save this game for Jade. Then DSP officially rage quit it, and he said, I can't do this. $30 is not enough for my business to continue. I could have made more working at Burger King.
Chaotic Bacon says this all started because we only give you $30. That's correct. $35 of support is not enough to support my business. I can't play games that make me $30 in an entire daytime stream. I could make more working at Burger King. So we're going to play games that people want to see and support. It's that simple. Not rocket science. It's not complex. No sour grapes here. Listen, I like Marvel Rivals, but we don't have to play it. I'm not going to cry if we're not playing it. It's Overwatch with Marvel characters, which I liked Overwatch too. So, but we have other things we could be doing. Fast food job and made $100. Instead, I just made $30. So I need to do better than that. You have to play things that people want to see so that they will support the streams. I'm not going to continue to play games that don't perform well. It's that simple. There's no point. Okay. This is hilarious. Moon197 says, so many games have been dropped for low support, it pisses me off. Well, number one, that's not true. That hasn't happened. Most of the games that I drop are because I don't like them. Like, for example, Black Myth Wukong. Literally, I dropped it because I was bored to tears. I didn't want to play it anymore. That one day pissed me off so bad. I was like, I just don't want to play it. I'm not having any fun. But the other thing is, you didn't support the stream. So if you wanted to see the game, you should have supported the stream. Get it? Like, what don't you understand about this? Oh, I'm so upset because you're not going to play the game anymore. Well, did you support the stream? Well, no. Then you have no reason to be mad. Be mad at yourself. Go stare at the mirror and be infuriated. Okay. Perhaps you shouldn't say something stupid like, I thought likes count as support when you're saying that on Kick where you literally can't like a stream. I mean, it makes you look incredibly dumb. No, I know, it's hilarious. Like, some idiot actually literally just said in chat, oh, he thinks this is an acceptable way for a streamer to behave. You mean to give my audience content they want so they'll support it? It's called running a business. Yeah, if there's a small-time streamer who this is a side hustle and they have a full-time job outside of it, yeah, then they can play whatever they want because it doesn't matter if they make money. This is my job. I have to make sure that I'm satisfying my customer base so they will support the content I'm putting out. It's obvious at this point Marvel Rivals has run its course. We played it for about a month on and off, like once a week. I played a few characters. I like it, but it ain't it. People want other stuff, so we'll do other stuff. What's wrong with that? How dare you not forcibly play games that no one wants to see, no one will support, that will force you to go out of business? That's what a real streamer would do. Okay, dummy. I saw your comment. The bottom line is real. Don't worry, I saw your comment. I don't know why it got auto-modded by AI mods on Kick, but I saw your comment, okay? Apparently, there's some kind of thing called Steam database where you can see the history of sales on Steam to figure out when things might go on sale.
Then Otter points this out. The best part was his follow-up. I could have made more working in Burger King. And then several people asked him why he didn't, including regulars. Yeah, a lot of people are saying, oh, you can work part-time and then stream at night. And then every time DSP brings up playing Dark Souls, yet again, his audience kept saying, no, we don't want this, we want something else. And he kept saying, oh no, you guys want this. So after he wage quit Marvel Rivals, he decided to look at mods on Dark Souls on Nexus Mods. Then DSP goes on to say, if I get Dark Souls right now, how do I mod it? How do I mod the game? Then apparently DSP thinks you had to buy Nexus Mods Premium to just download mods. Everything the DSP comes down to money. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Then we see DSP looking at some mods, including the Himbo mod. Then we have Beaver Sucks. Dark Souls Phil will do anything to capture the classic Souls support, including wage quitting Marvel Rivals and spending 20 minutes in the store. Then you know when he's really pissed off when he says this. Kinda sav. DSP is raging at Nexus Mods for requiring a 12+ character password because he, quote unquote, will never be able to remember a 12 character password. Then it asked him to re-enter the password and he yelled, fuck your mother. Then DSP put this out on Twitter. Well, Marvel Rivals has run its course. Interest today was nearly dead, and it's the slowest stream I've had in weeks, so we'll be moving on to either Dino Crisis or modded versions of Dark Souls very soon. Final gameplay uploaded now, so enjoy. Then Otter. By slowest, DSP means least supported, which it isn't. Yesterday was less lucrative. He got $44 today, plus whatever he rounded down, at least $3. Baby wants nuggies. Then we see the return of bag tweets before 2025. It's all coming back. Bag tweets are back, baby. Tonight's late stream is more hype Black Ops 6 multiplayer on PC. Join me at 6:30 as we get more knife kill streaks on mouse and keyboard. Please support the stream as Marvel Rivals tanked. I knew it eventually would. I'd like to recover, so see you then. Then just like yesterday, slow day stream, whale dode at night, and guess who the whale was tonight? ICS. Iron Chef Sakai. And DSP says, thank you ICS. We have hit our goal. Now people, please make up that we missed the goal earlier. Make it 300. And Dragon points out, he claims he doesn't beg, but the instant the goal is hit, he asks for more. Again. And why bring up the detractors / trolls if you don't care about them, Phil?
Yeah, exactly. It sure seems like Iron Chef Sakai is on his his apology tour for his behavior earlier on this week, or 2 weeks ago, because it was during the Mr. Medicare documentary react, so about a week and a half ago, right? He just did a $99.99 super chat on YouTube, and we saw the animation play already. So with that, oops, oh no, okay, I thought I misclicked them. I just clicked. With that, let's get him on the leaderboard. We are now up to $153 of support. Technically $152, but it's all right. I'll front the penny. All right. Got some unhinged people on Kick tonight. It's official, ladies and gents. Before we even started with gameplay, we have hit goal number 33. It is time to celebrate the night. Let the coins rain. Let the money droppings fall where they may. The coffers have been filled. The taxes have been paid. We have hit the goal. And ladies and gentlemen, we have crushed my Trolls. What's hilarious about it is I pay no attention to what they say or do anymore. I just stopped. I just didn't give a shit. Every day they make shit up. I just don't care anymore. I'm good. I'm happy where I am. We're having a good time together. So no worries there. 33, 7 more to go for DSP Tries It. All right, 7 more to go for the possibility of us doing a new taste test of a new place that's going to open this Friday. It's called California Burrito and Taco Shop or something like that. It's not the California Burrito nationwide chain. It's a different one that's only over here locally, and there's a couple nearby towns of mine, but one is opening a block away, and it opens Friday. And I said, hey, that'd be a perfect DSP Tries It. I would literally be one of the first people ever to eat there. That would be a good one. And they do big burritos. They do taco salads. They do all kinds of stuff. And it's not like Taco Bell. It's like good quality. They're trying to be authentic, okay? So 7 more to go. Now, we're going to start with gameplay in a moment. Guys, I know we hit the goal tonight, and thank you to Iron Chef Sakai and the 1 tipper so far, but it would be great tonight if you like the content, please still support it. I'm trying to make up for the fact that I had a really slow stream earlier today. Like I said, I only raised $40 on Marvel Rivals. If we were to hit another goal tonight and get to 300, then we'd be 2 for the night, and then we'd be at 34, which means it would make up for the slow stream earlier. It would be same pacing. We're on pace to do the DSP Tries It on Friday, okay? So please still support the stream if you like the content, if you like Call of Duty, all right? All right, now we're going to get started. Now, I have to
Then Iron Chef Sakai tried to be a detractor. They rejected him. He went back to Phil. Even Phil's chat is roasting Iron Chef Sakai for spending over $1,000 so far to get unbanned. And DSP has stolen something from someone yet again. He has the seal clap from Andy Worski. And every time he unlocks something in Call of Duty now, he does that clap. How fucking annoying. And then Otter puts everything into perspective. Imagine you were working in a sandwich shop and you constantly complain to customers that they aren't spending enough on your table sandwiches. And you could make more streaming on YouTube and Kick to under 300 people. And then we have Orphan at the bottom. Imagine you go to a sandwich shop called DSP Sandwiches. But then they spend 3 hours fucking about with a mic arm, not serving a single sandwich, and telling the hungry customers that they're going to be here all day, if they have to, until we figure this out. And then they ask for tips. Then we also got this in the chat. Hey DSP, is your wife still struggling with weight? Are they still big? Then we have PWOP. DSP says this again tonight. Last 48 hours have been wild. Yesterday, mic arm disaster, sad chicken nuggets, $35. Then, wailed out by ICS in the night stream. Today, Marvel Rivals wage quit, toxic whining and guilt tripping, and $41. Then, wailed out by ICS on the night stream. You noticing the pattern there? Because you will throughout the week. And would you look at that, in the daily wrap, DSP spending more money. He now has a shock mount, which reduces vibration noise. He's just buying anything at this point.
A shock mount arm. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I don't even know. I literally don't even know if it exists. Or what people were talking about. Here. Shock mount. Oh, I know what people are talking about, but that's not for this type of microphone. Yeah, people are talking about, I know what people are talking about. They're talking about the thing that I had on my old mic, but they don't make it for this. This microphone doesn't have that. That's for a different kind of mic. That's for what they call, like a condenser mic or whatever. But that's not for this style of mic, for what I'm to understand. This style of mic doesn't have that. Like if I type in shock mount, Shure M7, here we go. Shure M7V shock mount compatible with the Shure microphone. Really? Wow, that looks bizarre. I can try it. That looks really weird. So it sits above this piece. This piece would screw into it and it sits above this piece. And it apparently would stop the shock. From what I'm seeing, it's specific to this microphone. Uses vibration noise matching boom mic arm stand. Yeah. It's really weird. All right, I'll probably get it then. It claims it's specifically designed for this microphone, and it's really weird looking because it's nothing like the other one that I had. I don't know how well it'll work, but it claims I can get it tomorrow. Yeah, okay. All right, let me add. I'm gonna try to get it, and we'll hopefully this will fix the issue. You know, I did have the shock mount for the old microphone, but it was a different style of mic, so I didn't understand that. Yeah, I didn't understand that you could get it for this type of mic too. All it is, it's like a basket that would go above it. It goes onto.
Then we get to Tuesday, and the very first thing we see is that Phil made this a thumbnail for his DSP Tries It Taco Bell chicken nuggets. Then we had a late night gin tweet from DSP. We have Benny. Phil, I don't think there's a single successful streamer who dictates stream content based on revenue generation. If you curate an interested audience, they will watch you play anything. Of course, some streams will generate less, but the ones that generate more supplement the loss. Then DSP drunk out of his mind. I am a successful streamer. Perhaps you should realize that I've been doing this for a living since 2011 and will continue to do it for as long as I see fit. Just because everyone else has a social club on stream doesn't mean I need to. I don't care what others do. What I do works. So basically he's saying begging for money works for him. Then we have Benny again. I pray all the begging and complaining is a bit to rile up all the hate watchers because at this point, it's incomprehensible that someone who has been around this space so long could have such little understanding of how their job works. Then we have peak delusion side Phil here. I have outperformed and survived countless creators and I will continue to be successful. Perhaps you should ask why everyone else does the exact same things and copies each other while I'm so different. And I'm still here. It's because I actually am different. Then DSP decided to change his logo to this right here, which Piece of Peace says, David just updated his YouTube profile pic to 3 rock hard cocks just to show you how successful he is. Then he also changed his Twitter banner to him taking a shot, you know, the ex-alcoholic. We have Otter. What does this even mean? Then I added to it, this has Heaven's Gate feel to it. Then we have Dragon. They both have the stare of someone who fully believes their delusion, and expectation of everyone else should as well. Then look at that. On Thursday, premiere of Dark Souls 1 with mods. I wonder how that installation will go later on in the week, because you know he's doing it on stream. Then DSP was hyping up the PS5 Pro. I was talking about how great Bloodborne plays and looks on it. He was talking about all the different games and whatnot. But now he's saying how the PS5 Pro isn't worth it.
That's it. Like, really, that's it. Okay. Now, when it comes to the PS5 and PS5 Pro, PS5 Pro will give you higher frame rates at the higher resolutions. So if you want to play at 4K 60 frames in certain games, you want the Pro. Okay. Again, if you're just doing 1080p, it probably doesn't matter. If you're just doing 1080p gaming, I would not recommend buying a PS5 Pro over the PS5. They're probably going to run the games almost identically. Okay. I mean, keep in mind, I was running games at 120 hertz VRR, variable refresh rate, on my base PS5 at 1080p. There was no reason to have the Pro. The Pro has only benefited me because I was able to play a game like Bloodborne at 4K with the special upscaling that made it look slightly better, right? It's not really much or any better. So, no, I wouldn't recommend dropping all that money. Again, unless you're a 4K gamer. If you are a 4K gamer, then I would say go for it. You're going to get the most out of it. No.
Then, after getting mocked and laughed at for all the dust-covered items in his room, his messy wires, DSP decides he's going to clean it up. He's going to show off his new setup. And guess what, guys? It still looks as horrible as before.
The streaming, monitor is quite large. It's not small to me or anything. To you, it may look small, but it's really not. To me, it's actually quite large. Okay. If a Cowboy fan is wondering what happened to my PS4 and PS5, PS5 is downstairs. My wife is using it. She has my Xbox Series X and my PS5. Those are now in the living room, so she can game on them and swap between them whenever she needs to. We also used it to watch some Blu-rays over the holidays. PS4 is still sitting in my closet. The PS4 Pro has been in there for a while. I'll probably eventually get rid of it or trade it in or do something with it, but I've done nothing with it yet. That's actually a good question. AMS says, where's the Switch? The Switch is behind the TV. You cannot see it in this picture, but it's literally sitting behind the TV in its charging dock right there, along with the Pro Controller in that Hori pad that I had for it. They're all sitting behind the TV. Cracker Jacks asks, where do you see comments? Right here, the laptop screen. See the laptop right there? I hadn't logged into it yet, but that's the laptop. That's where I'm literally talking to you guys right now. I've got my laptop layout is very unique. I've basically messed with it over the years to make it perfect. I didn't take a picture of it. Maybe I should have. So here's what my laptop looks like, okay? Upper left-hand corner is the leaderboard, or not the leaderboard, it's the tracker for YouTube contributions. So if you did a super chat or a membership or a gifted membership, it shows up in this tracker so that I can see and shout it out. Lower left-hand corner of my screen is literally the email address where PayPal tips come in. If you tip me, your message pops up in my email and I read it live. And that's how I add my PayPal tips to the stream. Middle of my screen is the YouTube chat that I read and monitor. And then on the right side of my screen is the Kick chat that I read and monitor. So pretty cool. Any other questions?
Then DSP announced that he's thinking about doing another playthrough of Minecraft when he hits 100 goals. Then keep this in mind, DSP wants to replay Minecraft and all the Dark Souls games, but complains he has no time to play all the new games, blames the devs for when they release them. Make that make sense, Phil. Then we have this chat summary. Viewers in the chat are commenting on the streamer's setup, criticizing his begging for money and lack of content, and speculating about his future. Then another delusional rant of how DSP said he started improv commentary on YouTube. Then ladies and gentlemen, DSP, the guy who's so stubborn he has to finish every game, is now saying it's okay to rage quit games. He went on to say, if people are not supporting, if people don't like it, I'm just gonna drop it after 1 or 2 streams and then move on. He is opening the floodgates for a year of 2025 that might have the highest amount of rage quitted games in history. And I love it. And ladies and gentlemen, 2024 gave us DSP Throwback and DS Politics. 2025 is going to give us the wrestling show and Lego streams. That is right. DSP has bought a Lego set to put together on stream. It's happening. It's real. Let's hear it from Phil.
And so, perhaps sometime in January, for the first time ever, we will do Lego night, where we just sit here and hang out, and I build some Legos, and then once it's built, because it's so many plants, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's like 7 or 8 plants you can build in this thing. So maybe we'll build a couple of them, and I could actually put them up in the background, like actually make them part of the background. You know what's funny? So I get this, right? And I look at it, I'm like, oh, does it light up? And it doesn't light up, but I was like, wait, I swear I saw it lights up. I looked into it. You have to buy a light kit. It doesn't come with it. You have to pay separate to freaking, it's ridiculous. You have to pay separate for the light kit to get it to light up. Not that I would want it to light up or anything, but I feel like this would be cool because it's generic and it could go, like, if once this is built, I could probably put it in multiple different setups, like backgrounds and stuff. It'd be pretty neat. You know, Lego succulent plants. Also, it looks incredibly complicated when it comes to, like, the complexity. Like, I haven't built Lego since I was a kid, and this thing looks pretty crazy. Like, this is a way to jump into modern Legos and be, like, blown away, I feel. So wild. It's 771 pieces. 771 pieces for ages 18 plus only. You cannot be a child and do this. You're not allowed. You cannot touch this. You get slapped. Yeah. So anyway, I figured this would be a good test, right? So let's say we do a Lego night and people show up and it ends up being a nice chill time and people like it and support it. We could do further ones. Like I would be willing to get good Lego sets. Like there's gaming Lego sets that I think people like Mario Brothers and stuff. I'd be down to get some of those and have chill Lego nights where we kind of build them together. But let's see how it goes. Let's do a demo with this, see how this goes, and then go from there and judge, okay? So maybe sometime in January we'll have a chill Lego night. We'll see. I'm not sure exactly when yet, but it's an idea, right?
Then, as we saw in the last section, DSP bought a shock mount, and today he installed it and just said, I don't know what it does, but I guess it's doing something. Money well spent. Then we have Dumpy Koala. DSP the day before New Year's acting like this to his viewers.
And again, listening to moronic detractors saying stuff like, oh, he wage quit the game. That's a good thing. That's an actual good thing. Because if people were liking the content, they would be there to watch it, engage it, and support it. People show up and support for what they like. If people aren't showing up and engaging and supporting, it means they don't like it, and I should be doing something else with my time. Right? So why is that a bad thing? What would make you think that that's a bad thing? Honestly, unless you're dumb. That's the thing. For me, anything I do is wrong to my detractors. So it doesn't matter if I'm doing the smart thing or the right thing. It's still wrong in their eyes, you see? But it has to have nothing to do with them. It has to have to do with you and me, us, and what we're doing together. Are we having a good time? Are we enjoying this game? Are we chilling? Are we gelling? Does it make you want to support the content, right? So, yeah, that's what we got to figure out. And I think that that's a healthy attitude to have. That's a healthy way to go about my content moving forward. And, you know, the reason that I really wasn't able to do that previously was I didn't have the financial flexibility. I was so financially tight all the time that I couldn't do that. And I would tell you guys that, sorry, I can barely afford the games this week and stuff like that. I'm not in that situation anymore. Okay? At least for the time being, things have been good. The support levels are good. And because of that, I can say, hey, let's try out this new game this week. Oh, it didn't work out? Not a big deal. And that's because of you and the levels of support you're giving me. You've allowed me to have that flexibility. And that's the new normal that we have to get used to. It's not old Phil who's basically scraping by, looking for pennies under the couch to buy the game this week so that now he can play it. And now, he bought it, so he's committed to playing the whole playthrough. It's not like that anymore. And that's a good thing. You have to understand that's a really good thing. Okay? So thank you for that. I really appreciate that. And let's keep that going in 2025. Let's have this new mentality that we can try a game, and if it doesn't work out, we can move on to something new that we want to see or play, as opposed to stuck playing something no one wants. That's a really silly mentality, in my opinion, but it's something that I've done for many years, you know? Okay.
Then in a delusional rant yet again, DSP says people are now saying he was mistreated for the past decade and said they will now move on. And we have the greatest heel on the planet, eventually, who adds on, are these people in the room with him right now? Anyone who knows him knows it was the consequences of his own actions. Then DSP goes on to say, because he's paying mortgage on his quote-unquote house, as he calls it, he doesn't know if he owns it. And he was also talking about other creators. And DSP says he puts in more work to make his videos feasible to watch on demand. And one of the examples he gives is that other creators don't put their videos in order. Which, by the way, DSP for the past 17 years has never, ever, ever put his videos in order. Then we have Poem Josh. He spent 5 minutes showing off his setup and saying how it isn't a high-end studio, only to end the pre-stream telling people he's now in a high-end studio. Then we have this from Duty. Yo, Dents, just because I made over $500 last night doesn't mean you get a stream off.
Guys, there has been no support whatsoever on today's stream, all right? And I've been broadcasting now for over an hour. It would be great if I could get some support, whether it's super chats, memberships, gifted subs over on Kick, a tip, anything would help. The whole idea is to try to keep the momentum going. We did hit multiple goals yesterday. We're at 35. If we keep the momentum going, we'll be doing a DSP Tries It this Friday of a brand new restaurant that we looked at yesterday called California Burrito and Taco Shop or Taco Stand. I can't remember what it's called, but it has a grand opening on Friday, and I absolutely would love to do it. So please support the stream. I'm going to run downstairs, grab the package, come right back, and then we'll do a quick unboxing and set it up.
Then we get the podcast audit. Look at that, 22%, the biggest chunk. Q&A, followed by stuff I bought / new shock mount install, new office setup, begging / wait quit is okay, shoutouts, playing with RGBs / mic settings, schedule, intro, and off screen, robust content, dude. And then we get to the first stream, and look at that, $50 from Lisa Lou. And I put, funny how she's more around now that Kino is gone. It's almost like all the OIC socks are slowly coming back. Then DSP had this whole thing where he was looking at his CPU usage and it was high. He didn't understand and people had to tell him how to get the Taskmaster, and well, after that, this happened.
So I don't know. I would tell you, but it doesn't have it. It doesn't have that information. Am I blind? I don't see temperature. It's only using about 20 to 40% for what I can see. It's not maxing it out or anything. Yeah, there's nothing here. I don't know what to tell you. What's funny is people are saying this is hot. Well, this is my new PC build, and all the fans are working. I don't know what to tell you. This is a high-end PC build. What's up, King Michael? If it's correct, do you think that's correct? Who even knows, right? How is it at 37%? Oh, because look, because now it's jumping to 84%. Now, why would it have just jumped from 37 to 84%? Why is it now down to 60? This is bizarre. 73 degrees is not hot for a GPU. I don't know. I don't really care. It runs fine. It's never given me an issue, so I don't give a crap. Guys asked me, so there you go. Oh, I do turn this PC off. Absolutely, I do. Every single day when I'm done gaming, I turn off this gaming PC. It does not stay on. Nope.
Then DSP was bragging about how good his green screen is, and every time he did a T-pose, his arms would disappear, so he looks like just a torso. It was hilarious. Then we get to the night stream, and the very first thing that DSP says when he opens up the stream is that he wants a well-supported stream tonight. Can you imagine any of the other streamers, especially the bigger ones? The very first thing they say to the audience is, I want you to give me money and lots of it tonight. What a scumbag. Then we have the final bag whale call of 2024.
Super chats and super stickers, memberships and gifted memberships here on YouTube, subs and gifted subs over on Kick, and of course, tips, which you can do no matter where you are via PayPal. It's a third-party deal. Please do so. Let's hit the goal. Let's get to 36, because my goal for this week is to do DSP Tries It on Friday, okay, which means 5 more goals. There's a brand new place opening up on Friday, a Mexican place called California Burrito and Taco Shop, and it's more local. It's not a nationwide brand. It's actually a local thing, and the grand opening right down the street from me, and I want to do that for DSP Tries It on Friday. All right, but that means we have to hit 5 more goals between now and Friday, and that would be a great night to do it. Okay, so please support in some way. Let's get it going. Let's get some support before I start. I'm gonna start playing in like 5 minutes. Let's get some initial support in. Okay.
Then DSP sat there and demanded money before he started the stream. JG win. DSP is paywalling the start of the stream until he gets something. Then we have Monty Mole in the chat. Don't start till support comes. Be tough on us. See, this is the average DSP fan right there. They like to be humiliated. Then of course, it was the ultra non-American Singapore-style dent. Slayer finally gave DSP a super chat so he would end the paywall and start the stream. Then he played Street Fighter 6 on this stream, so let's see how it went for DSP.
Dude, literal throw spam. Throw spam beat me. Throw spam beat everything I did because Cammy's fucking broken. Oh, look at that. She whiffed completely, mashed buttons, and still hit me. Not attacking. I don't know why that hits me every time. I really don't. I can't block. Every time she does flip, I can't do anything. Literally, every time she does flip, I try to react. The game doesn't let you react fast enough to either the grab or the kick. It's broken. I can't block that on reaction either. I see the dive kick. The dive kick is too fast to react to online. It's garbage. Garbage gameplay. Look at that. Stops my anti-air. Can't do anything. Mash jab beats me. That just be my anti-air. I tried to break throw, nothing. What? I was gonna say, no way. That stuffs it. Fireball stuffs it. He keeps getting to mash. He just keeps getting to mash. I can't do anything. What do you want me to do? Finally. Oh, look at that. It whiffed. Are you kidding? I can't stop the dive. She could just dive kick flip the whole round. I can't do anything. And now I can't swap block. I can't side swap block. It's too slow online. Now what I did back fierce. Look what she gets. Look at the reward she got. Can't do anything. Mash jab reward level 3 combo. He had literally no skill whatsoever. Jump around with incredibly safe dive kicks, walk forward, mash jab, or throw. And it beats everything I have. There's no skill whatsoever to this fucking character. This is the ultimate scrub character in any fighting game. Really, she's the worst. In my opinion, that's the scrubbiest character in this game. And I used to think it was Ken. I actually now believe Cammy is the biggest scrub character in Street Fighter 6 and always was. Just that people didn't realize it because it was disguised, because it's not flashy, but it's like, oh, look, I flip online. Now I have literal 50-50 chance to hit you. Because if you're blocking, you're okay. But if you're not, that's it. She's going to hit you with a combo. If you try to do anything, the throw interrupts it. Like, you have no skill. You literally just guessed the entire round and fucking mash buttons that were safe. You're a fucking scrub bitch.
Then we had One Sick Puppy / Kirk, who tipped Phil with the exact same message. Phil ignored the message, so One Sick Puppy posted it again in the chat, and it goes like this. Here's the message in the entirety. Happy New Year, Phil. Do you have any good New Year stories? I don't. I have a boring life. You know what I did last New Year? 2 chicks at the same time. And then DSP being delusional, he said, Medicare was very tickled to hear about Phil wanting him on his show. It was just a big oopsie after all. Jim just missed the invite. Then we see the little kickstands on DSP's TV, on his tiny little stand. And you know, one day, Jasper's gonna go after those, and that TV's gonna go flying, and it will be glorious. Then DSP goes on to say, he believes there's a degradation of the signal if an Ethernet cable is too long. And then New Year's happened on the East Coast while DSP was streaming, so now we have a New Year bag brought to you by DSP.
2024, what a year it was, what an unexpected year it was, correct? Like, I don't think any of us expected the year to turn out the way that it did. as positive as it did. I mean, who would have thought who would have thought that by the end of this year, I would be having a completely different kind of setup. I would be able to play every game at high level. I would be able to jump between platform, have no issue worrying about support or anything. It's amazing. And I thank you all so very, 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 very much for all of your support. I really do. What an amazing year. Happy New Year to everyone. I wish you all the best. Seriously, thank you. So we are now literally only one goal away from locking in DSP Tries It, and it will be on Friday because Friday is when this restaurant opens up that I want to try. And I want to do it on the day they open. So definitely, if we one more goal between now and Friday, I'm sure we'll hit it. So thank you all. What a great day. So here's the deal. I'm about to go upload and check the video quality, but I think we're good. Tomorrow, full day of streaming for the new year. It's going to be a chill level 1 podcast where I'm going to recap 2024, the year that was, tell you all about the highs and lows and all the great stuff and bad stuff that happened. And then we're going to talk about 2025 in the new year and all the great stuff that's to come. Okay. Then the first stream tomorrow will be Stalker 2. So I hope you'll join me for more Stalker 2 advancement tomorrow. Tomorrow night, we're doing something different. Tomorrow night, I'm going to continue on with the indie game, Killer Frequency. A lot of people have recommended this game. I did buy it and played it for like 30, 40 minutes, but never got past basically like the setup intro. So now I definitely want to try it out tomorrow. So I hope you'll join me tomorrow for that. It should be a great day of gameplay and fun with Stalker 2 and Killer Frequency, okay? If you like Street Fighter tonight, more coming Friday night, and I'll probably use either like Bison or Blanca then. No more Dalsim for now. I really liked using him tonight, though, Dalsim. I had a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed. And thank you for understanding very much for the technical issues. That has never happened before, the CP or the GP maxing like that. So now it looks like I fixed the problem. Now I did that little tweak, literally that little tweak, put my GPU from 98% down to like 60 to 70. And it looks like the video quality is pretty equivalent. So I think that what's going to be fine moving forward. Okay. Are we all good? Thank you all. I hope you all enjoyed these insane amount of gifted memberships. A ton of people just got them. The gifted subs over on Kick. I hope you people enjoy them. Thank you to everyone tonight supporting. What a great amount of support tonight, right? Amazing. So helpful for the end of the year. And now we start tomorrow. We start fresh. New background, new mic, new setup, new everything, right? All right, everyone, thank you. I got to get out of here to upload. Please have a good night. And I hope to see you all tomorrow, the beginning of 2025. All right, everyone? Peace out. Have a good one. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
And a funny moment here. So Iron Chef Sakai donates $200 through Super Chat. And then immediately, a viewer asks if Iron Chef Sakai will be modded again on Kick. And DSP does his DSP laugh and says, no, you don't have to worry about it. He's not getting modded again. What a loser Iron Chef Sakai is, spending all that money. And DSP laughs in your face. And then he goes on to say that he's not worried about Iron Chef Sakai supporting because he's not tipping, so he can't charge it back. It's almost like Phil, they can go through their credit card companies and charge back through there, just saying. And then Iron Chef Sakai spent $475 on DSP on this night. Absolutely pathetic. Then we get to Wednesday, and my god, look at those breasts. Of course, DSP will call them pecs, but those are some big old titties. Then of course, New Year, same old Phil. He decided to go on a rant about all the bigger YouTubers, and at one point, he called Maximilian Dude overhyped, and said he can take a shit and everyone would love it. And then downplayed himself, saying he's just a small guy with a small audience. Then people were coming up with suggestions for DSP to play other games, and one of them that DSP said he's gonna consider is that he might play League of Legends. That would be the biggest train wreck I've ever seen. Then DSP decided to give advice on what gaming console you should buy in 2025.
1080p resolution, I'm not kidding you. The Xbox Series S is good enough. It runs everything at 60 frames at 1080p. The consoles are severely overpowered this gen because everyone's like, oh, 4K. But if you're not playing in 4K, you don't need it. Okay. Now, if you think you'll play at 4K, then base level PS5 is okay. PS5 Pro is the better option because you can play 4K at 60 frames per second, at least in my experience. I've tested various games and they're all running well on the PS5 Pro. Xbox Series X will run games at 4K, but not at 60 frames. So it's kind of like the Series S is 1080p, 60 frames. The Series X / PS5 are 4K 30 frames. And then if you want top of the line, 4K 60 frames, you need the Pro. Okay? Now, if you're asking between the two consoles what's better, neither is better. There have not been enough console exclusives this console generation for there to warrant a console war winner. I don't think there is a console war winner. I think there have been some great exclusives on PlayStation, like the God of War series. At the same time, if you get Game Pass on Xbox, you're getting an incredible value. You're going to get a giant library of games for a small monthly subscription fee, and you're going to get games new continuously. But you're going to miss out on the Sony exclusives. So what's more important to you? Is it a bigger game library for cheaper? Is it playing the exclusives as few as they are when they come out? That should be your determining factor. So hopefully that little mini buyer's guide has helped you to make your decision. Okay.
Then DSP's going to go on yet another delusional rant about how he's having a resurgence, everyone likes him, and quote unquote, it's cool to like DSP now.
I love live streaming. I love interacting with all of you. And I love the fact that now we have flexibility to do whatever we want. On a day, we could just sit here and talk, or we can play a game, and it can be a game from any direction, PC, console, whatever. No limitations, right? We talk about politics. We could talk about other topics. We could do pro wrestling again. We can go in any direction we want. We have that flexibility. And you're here for the ride, and you know that now there's a positive community focused around it, that we can now support each other. We can have great social experiences. It's okay to like DSP again. It's not, oh, now you're an idiot because you like DSP. The only people saying that are my idiotic, very obsessed detractors that no one cares about. The funny part is they have become the LOLCOWs and they don't realize it. Thousands of idiots cannot look in the mirror and understand that they are now object of ridicule because they are the obsessive losers here. I am not the heinous villain they made me out to be for a decade, and no one believes that anymore who has a rational mind. So we are free to now enjoy each other's company and enjoy new kinds of content, different kinds of fun, and not have to worry about any of their bullshit. How long has it been since I've directly addressed any of them about anything they've said about me? I don't need to. Literally, it's fluff. It's garbage.
And it's that time of year. DSP's gonna do his game of the years, worst game of the years, all that stupid stuff he does. And people are asking him, oh, why don't you do an edited video instead of live streaming? And DSP says, well, that's too much work, and I like live streaming. Of course, the real reason is because of people like Iron Chef Sakai, who just empty their savings to give him money whenever he wants, and doesn't actually have to work for it.
Is it worth me taking several nights off to edit and work on these videos to then release them and make $5 each? I think you can see why I became a full-time live streamer.
Then DSP was bragging about all the money he made last night, despite it all coming from Iron Chef Sakai. And then what does he do right after that? He starts begging hard because he needs that money, dude. Then DSP all the time, he keeps saying, I'm the first to do this, I'm the first to do that. Now, apparently, he's now trying to say he's one of the first people to ever use AI green screen. We have Poems Josh. First off, no. Second of all, not many use one because the results are not optimal. What it is easier to use. That's it. Then he went on a huge rant about the trolls yet again, even though, guys, he doesn't pay attention to them, he doesn't care, he doesn't bring them up, he doesn't give them attention. And then he says the negativity is gone around him, and the trolls are gone off his chat, and he's okay with that. And as Gout points out, wasn't it just a few weeks ago, DSP wanted all restreamers shut down because those were his views. And then Poems noticed something else as well. Notice the slight change in his current redemption speeches. Everyone likes me now has changed to not everyone hates me. It's a subtle little change, but the sales pitch has effectively changed to sound more neutral. Then DSP went on to say that he's never played Dino Crisis. Then we see Halloween 2016 Dino Crisis Part 1. It's like Biohazard with dinos. Halloween Special 2020 Dino Crisis gameplay again. And then we have Third Time's the Charm, now on PS5 Pro, Part 1, Dino Crisis playthrough. The funny thing is, in each one of these, every single one of these, he only played the first hour. He's never played past the first hour 3 times. Then it was announced that DSP and Triple P are going to do the wrestling podcast. And it's coming soon. They just have to iron out the details. And then Poems with this little nugget. This is pretty amusing, given that the whole reason DSP gave as to why he stopped wrestling was that he didn't have the time anymore, and that even if he could find the time, he'd rather be spending that with his family, because he's an adult who has matured. You know the real reason he stopped watching wrestling is because people made fun of him. And DSP can't stand when people criticize or make fun of him. That's the reason he didn't brag about WWE Champions for 7 years. Because if you look at it, he brags so much about WWE Supercard, and then he just shut down as soon as people made fun of him for that. Look at all the mobile games. Look at that Fox animation, the Marvel Future Fight or whatever it was called. All those games, he would brag about them. Then people make fun of him for it. And all of a sudden, all that talk is gone. And then it's 2025, so DSP, of course, is still talking about RPG overload and how it almost put him out of business. And he was right about it, dudes.
So then we got into some of the other games of the year. You know, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which I liked. The audience didn't. Or Dragon's Dogma 2, which I was skeptical about playing, but then everyone said I should play, so I did, and then no one liked it. You know? And that was kind of par for the course of last year. If there was an action-based game, people usually liked it. And if it was anything else, slow-paced, RPG-esque, everyone hated it. It was the year of RPG overload. And I'm sorry. I feel like if it was a different year and these RPGs had been spaced out, like if you actually look on paper at all these games, right? Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Persona 3, whatever it was, Reload or whatever the hell it was called. I don't even know what it was called. You know, Dragon's Dogma 2. All of them kind of make sense on paper. But when you have them all releasing within a 3-month window, how on earth is anyone to enjoy them when they're such insanely long, attention-demanding experiences? Each one of the games I just mentioned, at a minimum, takes 60 hours to beat. Some of them take 80 to 100 hours to beat. That's a lot of time investment. How do you juggle more than one of those at once? The answer is you don't. You literally don't. So all these games being out during this time frame, so close, literally killed the market. Again, I explained this to everyone in January of last year. I said, this is going to happen. And everyone said, oh, no, that won't happen. Guess what happened? Literally, the market bottom fell out for RPGs. A game like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which everyone thought was going to be a smash hit, undersold and underperformed. What a shocker. You can't just nonstop release the same type of game 40 times in 3 months and expect that they're all going to sell.
And then he goes on to talk about the 50 goal marathon and how it's a reward for supported, but won't do an idea if it's not supported. Make that make sense. Then DSP shows that he's way behind the times. He's slowly catching up. He's almost at 2013 for his setup and his streaming. And he says co-streaming on 2 different platforms is amazing.
Streaming on 2 different services, which is amazing when you really think about it. Co-streaming between YouTube and Kick and getting support on both sites, getting traction in other places rather than just my usual space, right? That's amazing.
Then he went on a rant about how successful he is and how everything's going so great and he has all the support, but then notices he only has $9 and he starts begging and asking for double goals and tells people how stressed out he is and he needs to hit those goals, dude. Then this was absolutely pathetic. So he showed off 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025 DSPs. My God, during those 4 years, it looks like he aged 10 years. Just saying. Then DSP went on a little mini rant about electric cars and power grids.
currently in the early stages of adopting electric vehicles. We don't have a ton of them yet, but everyone's leaning that way, and our government is trying to outlaw fossil fuel cars. But the companies that generate electricity are saying at certain times of the year, we don't have enough electricity now. So what's going to happen if all of a sudden no one can drive fossil fuel cars anymore and everyone has to get an electric car? We don't even have the grid.
Then DSP announced that the next day, on Thursday, he's going to be downloading mods for Dark Souls. Now, what could ever go wrong with this? DSP downloaded and tried to install mods. I guess we'll see in the next segment. Then we had Jack. Only reason you're going to California Burrito is because it's 50% off on opening day. Alberto's is better and just as close. Choose that one instead. California Burrito is horrible. And then you know what happened after that? Ban. Gone. Forever. Then we have Otter. DSP is giving a little rundown of all the new crap behind him in a section on how great his setup is, including the portal gun behind him. Who remembers when he lied on his bankruptcy form and said he didn't have any electronics or collectibles? He also has that light up lamp as well. Then we have his bankruptcy form that he filled out, which is public record. Electronics. Examples: television, radios, audio, video, stereo, and digital equipment, computers, printers, scanners, music collections, electronic devices including cell phones, cameras, media, and games. And he said, no, I don't have any of that. Collectibles. Antiques and figurines, paintings, prints or other artwork, books, pictures or other objects, stamp, coin, or baseball card collections. And he said, nope, I don't have that. And then a bunch of other stuff, such as exercise or other hobby equipment, you know, kind of like a treadmill, wink wink. And he said no. He also said he didn't have any pets as well. And that brings us to the end of the podcast for the audit. The biggest one on day 1 of January 2025 at 35%. Baggin/2024 support. Followed by mods for Dark Souls, shoutouts, 2024 recap, stuff I bought, DSP politics, intro, Q&A, new wrestling show announcement, RTU drama, playing with RGBs, and schedule. What a robust gaming podcast, dude. Then we get the killer frequency, and the very first thing, DSP addresses RTU saying he's going to get a tattoo of his face, DSP's, on his ass if he makes a goal.
Lying. They're saying that Utech USA has made a donation goal, and if he hits his goal, he has committed to tattooing my face on his buttocks. Okay? So here's my official response. Ready? Hold on. Here's my official response to ReviewTech USA wanting to tattoo my face, on his buttocks if he hits a donation goal. ReviewTech, you are a pussy. You should be tattooing my face on your ball sack. That would prove that you're a real man, to get my face tattooed on your sack for the world to see. Well, actually, no one would ever see it because no one's ever going to look at your sack ever again, and you know that. But I mean, that's the only way to go. Get my face on your sack, be a real man. Okay, there you go.
And then, even in a game like Killer Frequency, DSP still needs to be handheld throughout this. And someone tells them to make a save before any major call, so you can reload in case they die. But remember, Phil's so smart, he can figure it out by himself. But then again, look at all the Dark Souls, look at Elden Ring, look at all these things that you look at all these things he gets guided through. He had to be handheld in Sonic and Mario games and a poker game. There is no bottom of the barrel for this man, and I use that word man loosely.
Okay, I received a $2 tip. Someone says, make sure that you save before any major calls so that you can redo a call if you get someone killed if you want to. So I guess what's going to happen is our choices are going to dictate if people live or die in the game. We haven't even gotten to that part yet, but so it sounds like we're going to have some pretty important choices to make, huh? I mean, fair enough. I should probably make incremental saves between every major milestone and see if I ever want to go back. That's interesting. Watch me end up getting everybody killed. I probably will. I'll probably get everyone killed. That's fine.
Then someone asked DSP about doing a charity stream, and DSP had a little chuckle and said, I'm not doing charity stream, but then caught himself and then said, Well, maybe I'll do one in 2025.
A donathon? A marathon where you play a game you want and donate a 1-to-1 to a charity of choice for every new membership. What? I'm not doing a charity stream. It's not a charity thing. I may do charity events coming up. In 2025, I want to experiment with new stuff, and I very well may plan a charity event. It's not a charity event. I don't know it.
But remember, guys, he always bashes people that do it, especially online, other streamers, because he was raised Roman Catholic, and you're not supposed to do that in public. But he's going to do this in public, on a stream for charity. Make it make sense, Phil. Then we have Gaukout, who shows off a clip about DSP already thinking about buying a new graphics card. That's right, the PC that quote-unquote was donated, he already wants to replace it with a brand new graphic card. And not only that, the reason he wants it is because he wants to do better than 4K 60 frames.
Yeah, I heard that, James. James says the 5080 card, which is the new graphics card from GeForce coming out soon, supposedly is going to cost over $2,000. I mean, can we be honest? Do you really think the new graphics card is going to be that much better than the current ones we have, that it needs to cost $2,000? You really think you're going to get that much of a performance boost? I mean, come on. Yeah, I'm not spending $2,000 on this graphics card. Let's be clear here. But I wonder if I got it, like, would it significantly improve my performance and my stuff? Like, what would it do? I don't even know. Right now, I could do 4K 60 in some stuff. What would it do for me? I don't even know.
Then even Killer Frequency confuses Phil and he needs help. JG Win. Killer Frequency needs yellow paint for DSP, it seems. Maybe the time indicator needed a yellow box for him too. And then we have this. Shout out to Bone and Chicken is work.
Bone in Chicken is work. I love these people who make like these names that obviously are like ridiculously rare references to something I've said. Like, I know for a fact in the past I've said, I don't like eating chicken wings because having the bones in the chicken it's too much work and mess. You eat them and now you get them all over the place. You get your hands covered. If I'm gonna eat chicken, I'll have boneless chicken, right? That's what I say. Now I do eat bone in chicken. It's just at home. It's baked chicken. I don't want to go out and get like wings. I don't like them. So this person makes a name. Bone in Chicken is work. Like, this means something. Like, this is some meaningful thing. It's the same thing like how these people hyper focus on dumb stories like the Wolverine figure, and then they hyper focus on it and they make memes about it, and they hyper focus on it and they can't stop talking about it, and they hyper focus on it and they hyper focus on it and they hyper focus on it and they hyper focus on it, and they can't stop talking about it. It's almost like there's a name for someone like that. Anyway, this person says, are you happy that YouTube is taking down clickbait content? Do you think that this will help with your detractors? I don't care. I don't care. I'm not going to have my stuff taken down because I don't make clickbait. So it doesn't affect me. Who else they take down doesn't affect me either. I'm myself. I make my own content. I don't care who they're taking down. That's a dumb question. Okay.
Now keep in mind, in July 2024, he wanted to do a whole different goal reward. So when he actually hit the goal, he would go in his closet, grab the Wolverine doll, and then sing, "It's Wolverine time, and then have an animation of the dancing Wolverine doll. But you know, everyone else is hyper focused on that, dude. Then would you look at that? Same pattern again. Iron Chef Sakai with a $100 super chat and an anonymous $50 tip there. But it didn't stop there. Iron Chef Sakai with 30 gifted subs, also a $100 super chat and a $109 tip. Then people were complaining about his floating hand because of the green screen, and he stopped the stream to defend it and tell everyone they're wrong. Who cares? Get over it. Then the whole meme of DSP having boobs, which he does, is getting to him. And you can see he checks out his boobs, make sure they're not looking bad. They always look bad. His boobs are living rent-free in his own head.
All right, so on to the next segment. Now we're waiting for the garlic bread to arrive, right?
Which of the takeout places would you order from?
To save Virginia?
No, where would you actually eat?
Oh, I mean, they're all pretty equal.
Sure, but if you had to pick one.
All right. Not Ponty. He's not Ponty.
Right. So between Grilling Spree and Chalupa Cabras.
I mean, it depends.
Chalupa
Do I want a plate
cabras?
full of meat? Or do I want really, really good nachos? It can change depending on the day, you know?
Yeah, fair enough. Maybe I...
Hold that thought, Forrest. We've got a call coming in.
Oh boy, who is it? Let's save. This will be the last thing of the night. Who is it?
Hello, caller. You're live on the Scream with me, Forrest Nash.
Hey, this is
No,
Bunker.
it's Crazy Frat Man.
And then we got to the night stream. And would you look at that? Same thing over and over and over. Starts the stream, refuses to play the game until something comes in. He doesn't care what it is. He wants a membership, super chat, or tip before he starts up the game. Then one of the most pathetic bags, he's just scraping the bottom of the barrel, trying to get anything to motivate people to support him. And now he wants you to support him if you like that he did all the upgrades in his setup.
Please contribute to the stream tonight if you're enjoying the content or if you just like the content here on the channel. If you've appreciated all the upgrades, look at my New Year's fireworks show behind me today. Please contribute. Like I said, we've already gotten to goal of 40. We're trying to get to 50 as soon as possible so we can schedule in a fun marathon that will include both food and booze. So that's going to be awesome, and I hope that we can hit that possibly in the next week. That would be amazing. If maybe like the end of next week we did a cool marathon, that would be really nice.
Then every month on each of his channel, he has 10 free gifted memberships that he can give out on each channel. So now he's making it as a big deal. He's being so generous to give away the things that YouTube gives to him to give away.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the first day of 2025. How about I gift out 5 memberships right now? I got my free ones for the month. Very nice.
Then we have Gout Gout. Well, DSP, you told the truth for once.
What is my favorite class to play in RPG games? E-Beggar. The E-Beggar class is the best because then you need your rubles, your rupees, your gold pieces, your whatever they're called in the game. You just open your phone, you start begging, and then the money just goes right into your account. You go to the store and you buy your weapons and armor. It's great. Absolutely love it.
So DSP was able to get $450 on this stream, with $350 coming from Iron Chef Sakai. And then he went on to say, "Thank you to everyone that supported me. I'm so glad everyone came together, supported me." And he made it sound like so many people were showing up and giving him money, and then when in reality, it was just one person. Then even in his chat, this person says, "Who other people?" Even his chat knows it's all Iron Chef Sakai. Then DSP had another problem. First, it was Iron Chef Sakai going rogue. Now, he has another rogue mod. And he started unbanning people.
RGBs is the pink. That's the same color as the word frequency. And the other color of my RGBs... Jamal on Kick, what are you doing? Jamal on Kick, what the fuck are you doing? Did he do this on purpose? I mean, this is like useless what he's doing. So I don't know why he's doing it. Hold on. I'm glad that I stopped recording. So he hasn't said anything for a while, too. I'm trying to find his name, and I can't find it in the Kick chat. He's unbanning everyone. He's an idiot. So I guess he's probably some moron. That's probably why he also asked to try to get into the Discord tonight. Because he's probably some moron. Jamal on Kick 69. He changed his name. I've got to unmod him, but I can't because Kick sucks. Like, seriously, Kick sucks. So to do this now, they changed the interface, so I couldn't do it fast. What I have to do is go to community. No, that's not. See, roles. Here we go. I have to go to Jamal on Kick. Moderator. So I removed him as a moderator, and now I guess I have to ban him. Because Kick's changed everything, so now it's harder to do stuff because they moved everything around. There he is. Yeah, look. He unbanned maybe like 50, 60 accounts. It's not a big deal. Actually, it's about 100 accounts, but it's still not a big deal. Like, these are just dumb troll names, too. What a moron. Exactly. They're all clone troll accounts. It's not a big deal. Like, I don't care. But, I mean, what a dummy. So, let me get this straight. So, he gave me a bunch of money. Remember, he did. He gave me some tips and stuff. He offered to be a mod, so I made him a mod. He kept giving me tips. And then he decided, well, tonight he asked to be on the Discord, which I said, well, let's talk about that at a future date. Let's not talk about it now live on stream. And now he unbans a bunch of troll accounts, which obviously, did he ban you, Iron Chef Sakai? Who is he banning? Is that what he was doing? He started banning people? Let me look, because he unbanned a bunch of people. I have to see if I can control the chat log. Nah, see, they won't let me fucking scroll up. This.
And that brings us to Thursday. And we start off on the pre-stream. Someone asked DSP how much to play Metaphor for 2 streams. And his first answer is that he has no time to start a lengthy RPG. Yet, he has time to play Dark Souls yet again. It's funny because he keeps saying, I have no time to play all these new games. It's the developer's fault, they all release them at the same time. And then later on, oh, I have no time, we got all these games to play, I can't go back and play all those new games that just released. And then he goes, okay, let's play Dark Souls again. Okay, let's play Minecraft again. Okay, let's play Dino Crisis again. Let's replay all these games, but no time for the new ones. Then DSP is going to go on to gaslight his audience into believing that the new streak goals are better than the old ones, because now you can give him more money and he can hit more goals and eat more food on camera.
So I just want to say thank you. And this is the big difference between the new way that we are doing these rewards versus the streak. Remember, with the streak, the way it worked is every single stream I had a goal. We had to hit the goal. If we hit the goal, add to the streak. And once we got a certain number of streak days or streaks in, we would do a reward. Well, now we're doing these rewards even if we don't continue the streak. You know, you might have an odd stream here or there where you don't hit the goal. For example, I'll be honest. The other day we played Indiana Jones, which is actually what we're playing on this stream. And we didn't hit the goal. And did it end everything? Did it ruin everything for everyone? No. In fact, that was perfectly fine that we didn't hit the goal. It was still a good support day. It was still a good stream day. We all chilled and enjoyed the game's progress that I made. And now here's the deal. When we stream together and we're having a good time, even if we are not hitting the goal, no one's freaking out about it, including me. You know? Now listen. If we have a stream with incredibly low support, obviously I'm going to say, hey, please support the stream, yada, yada, yada. But it's not the end of the world because you can have a one-off bad stream or slow stream and it doesn't really hurt anything. On the flip side of that, if you have a great day where you're doing a stream and all of a sudden positivity is flowing, people have incentive to want to keep contributing and keep that positivity rolling because you're getting closer to a reward right away. As opposed to, oh, once you hit the streak, oh, we hit the goal for today. Well, there's no point in contributing any further because it doesn't help anything. Now it does. You're seeing, look at this. We're at 43 in what, 2 to 3 weeks? Not even. This is way more accelerated than the streak was.
Then DSP goes on to say how he doesn't need to leave the house, and also how the detractors are no-life losers. But remember guys, he doesn't bring up the detractors, he doesn't know what they're talking about, he doesn't give them any attention, dude.
Yes, Sarah, I literally only leave my house once a week because I'm working literally 6 days a week full time. That's correct. I know for other people it's weird. Yeah, but my work is here. Why would I leave the house when I work from home? Right? There's no reason to go out, you know?
And Phil lives in this delusional world where if you disagree with him, you are automatically wrong. People can't have opinions. His word is the word of God. He thinks he's the everyman, and his opinion is what everyone believes. So when people don't like a game he's playing, he always says, I don't know why no one's supporting dudes.
Like all year, people would be like, what are the best games this year? And like, duh, maybe this one, maybe this one. It was hard for you to even count on one hand the amount of good games that were coming out. So because of that, how could you possibly do a valid Game of the Year awards? You pretty much can't.
Then DSP still denying WWE champions. And in this clip, he talks about the lies detractors said about him and WWE champions in mobile games, and then goes on to say that he did not go bankrupt because of WWE champions.
Nothing to do with WWE champions. I have no plans on bringing back WWE champions. We had dabbled with that and talked about it, and as you saw, there was really no demand or reason to bring it back. Again, the whole deal with WWE champions is very simple. WWE champions is a game, a mobile game that I played in my own spare time. I never publicly talked about it. It never should have crossed over to the public eye whatsoever, okay? It was obsessed, crazy, unhinged losers tried to micromanage, or I should say, mine the data of things that I'm involved in that have nothing to do with anyone and try to bring all of my private stuff public. And WWE Champions is the dumbest thing possible in all of that. Mobile game habits and spending and shit, it's no one's business. No one truly knows anything about how much I've ever spent, how much time I've spent. It's all bullshit. It's all nonsense, half-truth, over-exaggerations. No one will ever know the truth, because it's no one's business. How I spend my money and my time is absolutely of no one's fucking concern whatsoever, and never was. But these people are nuts. So for years, they forged their giant conspiracy theories, their humongous, stupid narratives that were always untrue or based on half-truth. And they turned it into a reason to hate DSP because DSP is a horribly addicted, terribly, awfully behaving person who constantly is lying to you because every dollar that you give him on a stream, he spends on a mobile game. Never true. Never. Now, did I play mobile games? Yes. WWE Champions and other ones. Did I spend on mobile games? Yes. Did it bankrupt me? No. Not at all. Trust me, the massive amounts of overspending that I did when I moved out here and I furnished this house 10 years ago, and then the fact that I juggled credit cards onto other credit cards and onto balance transfers and shit like that, all the while my income was dropping dramatically from YouTube because of troll activities like false copyright strikes and the like, that's what got me into bankruptcy. Not
Then we have taken L's. DSP just claimed he went bankrupt furnishing his new Renton Gout fortress. During the Connecticut Bucket List vlogs, he was very clear that the fact that his mommy Linda was paying for his new furniture. And then we have Otter who adds on to that. Never forget, DSP planned on returning his leased BMW in Connecticut and getting a cheaper car in Washington. He went to the Connecticut dealer to return the car and left with a brand new lease on another BMW, which he had to pay to ship right across the country. Then someone asked him how much he made selling down from the Raptors account that he claims he did. He never actually answers the question, but then starts talking about the transaction behind the scenes that people do on mobile games.
Bank selling the Raptors account. All I'm going to say is, you would be shocked. You would be absolutely shocked at the transactions that take place behind the scenes of mobile games that are not allowed, but literally happen every single day. Like, I told the story, but I'll say it one more time. The reason I knew that you could sell an account in WWE Champions, even though it was against the rules, was that there was a high-ranking prominent player, like one of the leaders of one of the big factions in the game, who announced publicly to the entire game he was retiring, but then all of a sudden his account kept playing. You found it playing in events, you found it ranking. You're like, the guy said he's retiring. He sold it. And then everyone's, oh, so you could sell accounts, and then people found out how to do it, So it's crazy because you don't think it's allowed. It's against the rules, and then you could just do it. Oh, okay. I get the feeling mobile game stuff like that is actually quite big business. I would know that. I've very limited, experience in it. But I get the feeling that the buying and selling of accounts, the farming of an account, it's probably big business for people.
Then DSP gets asked, what was the most generous thing he's done in his entire life? And he pauses and can't think of anything and says, well, I'll have to think about it.
What is the most generous thing you've ever done? The most generous thing I ever did in my life? I mean, I'd have to think about it. I'm sure it was probably either like volunteering a lot of time for things when I was younger, or probably like a generous donation that I've done at some point. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Nothing springs to mind because I'd have to think about a lot of things that I've done over the course of my life.
Then we get to Dark Souls modded. My god, this whole thing was just stupid. That's how I can sum it up, stupid. So the first thing DSP says, make a backup of a folder? How and why would I do that? Then we see as he's downloading stuff, Dark Souls remastered, 10 gigabytes, 57 minutes left. DSRR patch, 52 days left, 1.7 gigabytes. Then we have this from LOLCOW. Please, someone, get this man some mental health.
So let's try this now. You've got to be kidding me. It's fit to screen. So it's fit to screen, and then you just have to make the box smaller, and then it'll auto fit forever to screen.
And of course, the big issue he had is he messed up something in OBS, and his leaderboard kept changing sizes. He didn't know what to do. Of course, most people would do Control Z, undo something. DSP doesn't know about that though. He doesn't know about shortcuts on computers. And it took him 40 minutes to fix the leaderboard. That is right, 40 minutes. Remember, he doesn't waste your time. He's not like other streamers. And he had a tantrum as well while he did it. And we have Poem Josh. Dark Souls mod segment is now a DSP fucks up the leaderboards and blames his audience segment. According to Phil, the first time he did it, he had to have OP Boone do it for him. And then DSP goes on to say, he's disgusted that his pop-up animations keep resizing without his permission. Then we have award-winning Lord Diaz. It turns out Philip is neither street smart nor book smart when it comes to OBS. Then LOLCOW. To anyone who didn't see the OBS issues, I think this sums up when DSP can't figure it out.
Work. I just need it to auto center. All I need to know how to do, how do you get text to auto center? That's it. That's all I need to know, because it was auto centering and then it stopped out of nowhere and I don't know why. So all I need to know, how does text auto center in OBS? Anyway, can we get back to the mods now? Now that I wasted 10 minutes on stupid shit. This is why I hate tech, dude. I hate technology. This is why. Complete stupidity in application instead of making it easy to use. It's the most dumb shit. Oh, you accidentally dragged your motherboard into the wrong section? Or excuse me, I said your motherboard. You accidentally drug your leaderboard into the wrong section of OBS? Everything's fucked forever now. Good luck getting it to work. What the fuck is wrong with this shit? The dumb nerd who programmed it. Now I can't get text to auto center, even though it did it all year long for me in 2024. Now it won't work because I accidentally had an oopsie and drug the leaderboard into the wrong section. Oops.
Then we get to the end of his podcast. And look at that, 27% of it 42 minutes, OBS issues, and then installing mods for Dark Souls, begging, schedule, testing mods, shoutouts, WWE champions, intro, Q&A, off-screen, and playing with a mic. What flavorful, robust content, dude. Then immediately as he ends the podcast, he starts begging if you enjoy the content. You know, all that stuff he just did, complain about OBS, spending 40 minutes messing with the leaderboard. If you like that, please support the stream. And then it was very slow on the first stream. Notice the pattern yet? You notice it? And DSP is now begging for anything you can give him, no matter how small.
Okay. Ready to resume? All right, guys. So we got about an hour left on the stream. Please support it. We have an hour left and we're only $38 to support. Not even. We're $39 to support. I misread that. Obviously, you know, we don't have to hit the goal every stream. If we don't hit the goal today, it's not the end of the world. But obviously, I'd also like to keep the momentum going. I appreciate those who were here and were chilling. To get some support today would be great. Anything. Super chats, super stickers, memberships, gifted memberships, subs, gifted subs, tips, all appreciated. And anything even small. You know, little super chat here, one gifted sub, one gifted membership. It all helps, okay? So please support if you can. Okay. All right, let's get...
Then 5 minutes later, there's these idiots over on Kick. They're just talking about money. Have I even mentioned it? Remember, this is 5 minutes after the last speech.
What's hilarious, guys? So I'm just sitting here playing the game, enjoying myself, correct? There's idiots, trolls over on Kick who are literally just talking about money nonstop. Have I even mentioned it? I'm just sitting here relaxing, playing the game, having a good time. And they're literally sitting over there talking about it nonstop. Like, why don't you just enjoy the game and shut the fuck up? Like.
Then less than 4 minutes after that, DSP mocks someone who gave him $1.76 and then begs for more. He's not even mentioned money at all today, remember, dudes? Then apparently one sick puppy, which is Kirk, we all know that now, got banned for saying gross stuff, and DSP gives him a warning and unbans him. Remember, he only gave him $1 tip. Then DSP says that one sick puppy / Kirk keeps getting banned and he's getting tired of it. Then we have JG Win. It only cost Kirk $1 for a live unban, while it cost Iron Chef Sakai at least $1,000 over several days for his. Weird. Then DSP puts this out. Tonight's late stream is more Black Ops 6 multiplayer, fun on mouse and keyboard. Join me for the score streaks, rage, and hilarity starting at 6:30. Then we have The Tractor. Scrub today's tech issue debacle down to about 15 minutes. Then shows off the video. And DSP says, LOL, I want to watch this tomorrow now. LOL, I want to watch this tomorrow now. He never did, at least on camera. Then DSP on the night stream in chat. Hello, I'm still trying to get Dark Souls 1 to properly work with the mods we want to use tomorrow. Looks like we overrode some of the graphic changes from the first mod when we installed the second, and there's a patch for it. So I had to start over from scratch. Or as DSP put here, cratch. Holy shit, there's a ninja class, LOL. Wow, I can't wait. This is fun as heck. Amazing graphical upgrade and totally new stuff in the game. Then what does DSP say as soon as he starts up the stream? DSP wants all the support to come in before he starts gameplay. And this is something he keeps doing every single stream. Guys, I'm not starting the game until someone starts to tip me or send me a super chat or a membership or gifts a membership. I need something coming in, let's go. I'm not starting until you give me something. Then DSP goes on to say, you can only get weed in his state, Washington State, if you have a prescription, which is absolutely incorrect. And there you go, PWOP. Since November of 2012, the sale and possession of recreational marijuana in Washington State have been legal for adults over 21. Then someone had to tell him that it is actually legal, and he goes, oh, I didn't know that. I could have sworn in the past he's talking about going downtowns and there's weed shops and there's people smelling like weed and he's complaining about this and that. Because remember, he's always talking about how Seattle is so liberal and blah blah blah. I'm pretty sure he's talking about people smoking weed on his stream before. And then of course, because on New Year's Eve, he said he's never bringing Rich up again, unless he needs to. He's brought Rich up every day of the new year so far. And he went on a rant, and he says, do you think I want to be like Rich? I want to be opposite of that. And then immediately after that, Juicy Booch with a $1 donation to get things started. So ironic that he say that right before being tipped by one of Rich's whales and mods. Okay, so let's see how DSP did in Black Ops 6. I mean, he's got to be getting better with mouse and keyboard, right? There's no way he got worse, and the excuses started piling up, right? Right?
What the fuck? Again, what is going on? Pissing me off. I'm fully behind cover. I couldn't even do anything. Getting shot from behind again. Okay. Or they disappear. Yeah, because they spawn behind. So that's what is going on with their spraying and being able to Where? What the fuck? I'm shooting through this. What? Dude, this is bullshit with getting shit shot from behind. You tell me how they knew I was. Again? Dude, this is. Oh my god, come on. How do they keep getting behind our spawn? I couldn't fire. I really couldn't do it. They're right in front of me. I shot them once. I go for the second shot. I'm instantly dead despite the. Again, dude, you see this nonsense? They don't let you aim. What do you want me to do? Look, another unfair flanking kill. And now they're behind me again. Dude, 3 in a row. Again, that's 4 in a row. 4 times. Oh my god. Where? I knew he was out there, but he wasn't fucking visible. Get the he's shooting me. Oh my god. Yo, this is. So he can. I want you to think about it. He spawned over there and ran right at me. Nothing I can do. Now there's people coming. He's completely invisible. Huh? What? Come on. What is going on? What the? Of course, instantly killed, even though they're not. Somehow, instantly. The game is not playing well. And support is low at the same time. It's like the triple whammy. It just makes me upset. All 3 things piss me off at once. You know? Like, if any of those 3 things would improve, I'd be having a better night. I feel like the keyboard and mouse, you want to be going for accurate weapons because now you can actually be accurate. Like, it's very hard to be really accurate on pad. The keyboard and mouse, you can already see I'm doing pretty decent with the marksman. If I didn't die like 5-6 times to insane bullshit spawn kills, I wouldn't have had the 1 kill death ratio. You know? Stupid bullshit. And somehow they spawn behind me and get an instant kill. Isn't that nice? I love it. Absolutely love it. That's how you gotta kill me. Completely unfairly with bullshit. Look, another unfair flanking kill. Amazing. Fuck. Sucks. And now they're behind me again. Dude, 3 in a row. Kills that I couldn't avoid, or deaths I couldn't avoid because they keep spawning them behind me to flank me. 3 in a row. Fucking frustrating on a night like tonight when I'm forced to use a gun that I don't really like to try to get the fucking stupid challenge. The game is not playing well. And support is low at the same time. It's like the triple whammy. It just makes me upset. All 3 things piss me off at once. You know? Like, if any of those 3 things would improve, I'd be having a better night. Nothing I can do. Now there's people coming in the door, people up top flanking. What a waste of fucking time this is. Seriously. He was there. Then all of a sudden, he's shooting me. Oh my god. Yo, this is the dumbest fucking game ever. So he can, I want you to think about this. According to the game, you can run into the middle of the street, not even take a knee. You can run into the middle of the street and on the fly, you can zoom in and insta-kill someone with a sniper rifle. You don't have to set up, you don't have to aim, just, oh, there we go, zoom, kid, dead. But me, I can't hit anyone with the marksman. That's not possible, right? Fucking morons who made this game have no idea how fucking weapons work. Fucking dunce level education. They're all probably fucking underachievers anyway. He's completely invisible. He's spraying through the smoke and killing me. This game is so bad. And how much you want to get to give him aim assist, right? His aim assist, so it aims his bullets through the fucking smoke to hit me. This game is fucking crap, man. I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen. I saw the flash, and I knew they were just gonna give it to them. I really wonder how much aim assist there is for like console, because how do people get those sniper shots like that? I want to know. That's complete bullshit. I knew it. I tried again. I tried again to turn around and fire, and it won't let me. That one guy probably has the best connection of anyone. And he has found a way to just keep going behind the spawns and constantly killing from behind, which is insanely fucking stupid. Again, he did it again. He's literally just going behind the spawns nonstop. Again, same guy. It's always the same guy over and over. He knows his perfect pattern to just run between the buildings and get cheap kills. What I truly feel it is he's basically cheating. Because how does no one ever kill him as he runs between the buildings? Literally, the guy just runs back and forth and no one can kill this guy ever. He always gets the drop on me when I'm in that room. Doesn't sound like a fucking realistic thing, does it? Sounds like a bunch of bullshit. Where's my grenade? It didn't even affect him. Do you see what I mean? These people who have all the fucking bells and whistles, they paid for everything, the season pass and everything, they know how to cheat. Essentially, that's all it is. They're cheating. Look at that. What? He immediately knows I'm there, is spraying around the corner and insta-kills me. I wasn't even in his line of sight. How the fuck did you know I was there to shoot like that? They're all fucking hackers and shit. Fucking pussy bitches. He spawned over there and ran right at me and got a cheap kill. Literally, didn't flank, didn't use any skill. He spawned to the side of me to get a cheap kill. Oh, look, when I'm in a head-up fight, I can actually kill people. You notice that?
Then DSP uses his own audience to beg. He turns the Kick audience against the YouTube audience and saying, oh, Kick is supported, YouTube's not. What's going on there?
Well, longtime lurker says, you know, we can't let the Kick side support carry Phil tonight. We've got to support Phil too. Let's do it. So I didn't say it. They did. You guys want to support over on the Kick side or over on the YouTube side? Certainly not going to say anything. In truth, it was the YouTube side that had a lot more until Iron Chef Sakai did a monstrous bomb of support. So I'm not complaining.
Then DSP was complaining that he might have to leave the stream tomorrow to pick up food for DSP Tries It because it's not on delivery apps. And I pointed this out. Funny how he couldn't do it for the Krusty Krab burger or Burger King Whoppers, but he can do it for this. And then DSP is also thinking about playing Counter-Strike now that he's on PC. Then DSP was playing Call of Duty, and he keeps going to the same spot and getting killed over and over then says, come on, enough with the random bullshit. Make that make sense. And would you look at that? A slow day stream, a wailed out night stream, and Iron Chef Sakai comes in with 25 gifted subs to hit the goal. What a shock, what a shock. He's close up to 2K right now, by the way, that he spent on DSP. And now, Iron Chef Sakai has been wailing out so much, he now passes Ren, who's MIA at the moment, by the way, to 240 gifted memberships. You got a long ways to go, Iron Chef, before you hit Dank Sneed Pimp, or Dark Side Pimp as he used to be called. Then we get to Friday. Let's see how the week ended for DSP. So first off, we have this comment that puts everything in perspective of how DSP views his audience and his critics. Remember guys, if you occasionally laugh at DSP for free, you're an obsessive weirdo. But if you watch his garbage streams religiously and spend a small fortune enabling his gambling addiction, then you're an intelligent, mature, and positive member of his community. Sound good? Then DSP goes on to say that he might play Valorant and League of Legends, but then goes on to say later on that League of Legends is too much work for him and he's quitting it before he even starts it. Then he starts talking about the wrestling show with Triple P and talks about how if he gets a VPN at Netflix, he can watch the British version of Netflix and get more wrestling footage. It's funny how in 2024, you were on the warpath against anyone that used VPNs. You said yourself, Phil, that using a VPN is illegal, which is not, and that it's a loophole and should be covered up, and YouTube is so stupid because everyone else covers it up. It's funny how things change and Phil does not. Then he gave us a little preview of his wrestling commentary where he declared Edge's run in WWE wasn't successful. Then we have this comment here from Brian. Nah, PPP realized the novelty of having Phil around was short-lived. Now it's more of a burden than anything. And we have Triple P that replies, while this is true, saying everything he just said is true. I want to do a wrestling show purely to amuse myself, and I want to hear what Phil's wrestling takes are. And then he talks about how the whole wrestling show is just about self-indulgence. He just wants to do it because it's a whole new Netflix WWE era. Then goes on to say, I don't think the wrestling show is going to make any money or that anyone's going to watch it though. It's purely a vanity project for me because nobody else is Down syndrome enough to talk about wrestling with me. Not even Worski. But Phil is. Bless him. What a great razzer there. He just razzing me, dude. Then someone asked him about getting a sponsorship, and DSP said he would rather ask his audience than ask a company and sell out. And this is an actual quote from DSP on January 3rd, 2025 by Lord Diaz. I have no problem with being an e-bagger. He actually called himself an e-bagger. Absolutely amazing start to 2025. Then DSP confirmed all the money that he's got since August is gone. He spent it all. And it's funny how in September, October, he said, if you guys keep giving me money, I can save it up, and by the New Year's, I'll be financially sound. But now he's saying he needs more months of support at the same level in order to financially sound. It's funny because if you look at DSP every single year, he says, guys, if you keep supporting me, eventually I'll get to the point where I'm financially sound. And he says it year after year after year. It's just the way that he's dangling the carrot in front of people's faces, and the dents don't even realize they are the horses, like his fat wife.
I'm getting to the point now where, since now I have finally finished upgrading my setup, and I'll be honest, I don't really have much else to invest into the setup. Like I said, maybe eventually upgrading my chair or my TV. But outside of that, the setup is like, you know, as primo as it's going to get. I don't really have much else to spend on it. Now what I'd like to do, hopefully, you know, is start building up some savings for the first time in ages. And once I have some savings, then I could look towards something like that, right? Like if I actually had savings and be like, hey, do I want to invest it in this or that? I've never had an opportunity to do anything like that in a very long time. So we'll see over time. See, it all depends on how things go. If I can maintain how I'm doing, which, you know, it's kind of hit or miss. There's been some ups and downs and fluctuations, right? But right now I'm doing pretty good. So if I can keep going how I'm going, then probably within, you know, first few months of the year, perhaps I could actually have some money for investments.
Then we had Triple P in DSP's chat, and it went way off the rails. We have Kino Cathedral, which is PPP. You notice he has a mod wrench too. We're all going to WrestleMania in Vegas together, but we need 200k from you guys to get off the ground. Support generously. Of course, that's a reference to his trip in Vegas with the black hooker and drugs and cocaine and all that. Then Stutters, wait, is this pre-recorded? Kino, yeah, it's all pre-recorded. Phil scammed again. Man, fuck gameplay, the podcast is the real good shit. Phil should be president, let's be real. It's tough, boys. Looks like I'll have to fundraise to fly to Phil instead. You are a virile and sexy stallion, king, full of youth and vigor. Let not the detractors dismay your spirit, sire. Phil actually spoiled the game, which makes me sad, because I plan on playing it. He must play the toughest platformers for children all day. If we raise enough, we can do a documentary about the casino flying Phil to Turkey for a full Turkish hair transplant. Then PPP, talking about Dark Souls mod compared to the original. It looks the same. Phil cranked the input sensitivity and cheesed the game. If you aren't playing at 14 frames per second, you are playing it wrong. And then every time Triple P said something, DSP would go, duh, Ashton says. And we have Barrett Wells. Triple P was roasting Phil in DSP's own stream chat, and Phil still rolled over like a dog and took it. Internet whipping boy personified. Then guess what, guys? PPP got bored and he left. And when PPP or other people are in his chat that he knows, he's always on his best behavior. So guess what happens when PPP leaves? Now guys, while pointing out no one has sent him money since the end of the pre-stream, where are you, Iron Chef? Then DSP is open to playing Fallout games with mods. However, he needs your buy-in, dude. Then he finally got his burritos. We got Meow Block. This dude is a fucking animal. Otter. Can't even tell what manner of vegetable it is.
The first bite is very dry. Very dry. Let's keep going. Hopefully I find the ingredients that will make it moist. I got a grilled veggie in that bite.
And then this picture sums the whole thing up. It's a pig eating a burrito. I don't see any difference between this and DSP. Then Meow Block talks about Iron Chef giving all this money to DSP, and he says, there is absolutely zero reason for any of DSP's dents to give him money at this point. Knowing his main bitch, Iron Chef Sakai / OIC, is gonna throw it back for him. It's like when those OnlyFans girls brag about having that one retard that non-stop gives them money. Yeah, I saw stories where some guy gave like an OnlyFans model like $100,000 and she flew him out and he just hugged her and then that's it. Like $100,000 for a hug? Okay then. Then we have Gout Gout. I tuned in the late stream and DSP's complaining about being stressed about his day off, his usual appointments, grocery shopping, and also returning 6 items to Amazon. And that's probably stuff he didn't even use on stream. That's probably personal stuff, dudes. Then he's also complaining that he hasn't had a stress-free day since Christmas. Then we have Otter. Chill fun times being had at DSP Space Gaming. Apparently, if you lie, you're a loser and a little bitch. And Phil would be an expert there as he lies every day. And is a bitch.
Malpa, you're full of crap. Someone had said that if I beat that boss, I was gonna get rewarded. Now, I didn't even see it in chat because I was playing the game. So I did it, and now they're like, oh, well, it didn't count for, you know, bullshit reasons. It's just bullshit. Either support the stream or don't. All right, whatever. If you don't want to support, you don't have to. But don't make stuff up. Don't be a fucking loser and make shit up. Just support or don't. Stop making excuses for why it counted, it didn't count. Stop being a little bitch, because that's all it is. You're being a bitch. Because you were never going to support to begin with, or you already would have. It's that simple.
Then we get to the night stream, and we're going to have the AI chat summary, give you a preview what happened here. Viewers are discussing a match between Raw Phil and Real Phil, in which Raw Phil emerged victorious. Some viewers are congratulating Raw Phil on his win, while others are criticizing Real Phil for his performance. Then we have Meow Block. It never ends.
So now Iron Chef is both the top super chatter and the top sub gifter. Who's gonna beat him? Seriously. You can't leave him hanging and have him be the person with all the top contributions. Someone's got to step up and beat him on one of those, right? At least we got Jax. Jax Fraxer holding in as the top tipper, right? Cool.
At least we got Jax Fraxer.
Well, I hope you like the bus there, Jax, because you never get in that car. And then Dick Stroke and Phil vlogs. Iron Chef Sakai, when he realizes he donated thousands to DSP and yet Dents don't like him, detractors don't like him, Phil doesn't even like him. What a sad, pathetic life. And it's DSP and Street Fighter 6, so you know what that means. It's time to complain about camis and flowcharts.
Alright. Now it's time for a break. That just pissed me off. I wanted to win a fucking set and I had to beat a bottom tier character because this game is so fucking stupidly built. Yikes. Really, like, it frustrates me. Who beats me every time? Oh, by the way, I mean to back out. Who beats me every single time? Rushdown. Guessing rushdown. Literally every match I lose is a guessing person who's rushing down. That's it. That's all that is. That's the gameplay style that beats everything, because then the only way to beat it is to zone it completely with like Dalzim, or probably I would say like JP, or to outrush down it. Outguess it, outrush down it. And that's just shit. I'm sorry, it's not a good fighting game. I want this game to be good, but we're talking almost 2 years in, it's bad. It's a bad game at this point, you know? Why do you think everyone brainlessly picks the same characters over and over? Why you see a million camis and shit? Because they're just brainless idiots. No, we're not doing Call of Duty tonight, Jade. I know you guys love Call of Duty, but we can't do it every night. Every once in a while, we gotta go back to fighting games, you know, despite the salt. Despite the rage, despite how much these games sucks, which is unfortunate. It was good. It was good until everyone learned the flowchart 50-50 guessing patterns to the corner, basically. And now the game is not good. What can you do?
Then the funniest part of this night was looking at the views and how many people were watching each stream. Because remember, he has his resurgence. People like him again. It's cool to like DSP according to DSP. And we have Blooper. DSP is so loved by the internet and detractors so hated that several detractors at the same time have multiples of his viewership. So first off, we see DSP Gaming, 226 people watching. We have Almighty Tevin with Friday Night Fights, Velcro Ribbon Ceremony, Chill, 435 people watching. We have Street Fighter 6 Re-Stream, Piece of Peace, 639 people watching. And then we have the DSP Street Fighter 6 Late Stream, Raw Fill, 470 people watching. Absolutely pathetic, DSP. And that's where we're at right now. If there's any updates, I'll let you guys know. Click that like, share the video, leave a comment below, hit subscribe. Subscribe to my other channels on the details of the end cards. And as always, I love each and every one of you. Hope you're all safe, healthy, and happy. Peace and love.